all the brands you love like Brooks, Birkenstock, Nike, and more. Plus, don't miss Shoe Station's grand opening on Saturday, March 15th. Shoe Station, now open at Seminole Town Center.
Life Imaging FLA is a great company. I believe in them. That's why I started the Carla K Cancer Screening Fund, to make sure that everyone that wants to get a cancer screening can get that cancer screening, and it's super important. If you wait too late, sometimes it's not good, right? Life Imaging FLA, get that heart screening and cancer screening, because early detection is a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome, and they know that at Life Imaging FLA. A lot of our listeners have gone and found out they had heart disease, had no clue, and it saved their lives. Life Imaging FLA, pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. There are a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. And then if you go and you find out that your heart is all clear, that's great news. Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia, and make sure you ask about cancer screening. Super important. It's Life Imaging FLA. Make sure you tell them Russ and the Monster sent you.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Brought to you by the Original Super Glue. Buy qualifying Original Super Glue products and save $10 per ticket. Offer available participating Tools Ace Hardware Store locations. Coming to Camping World Stadium this Saturday. Lock in your seats today.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Have you heard about Florida's new local gold currency? Goldbacks are real 24-karat gold in a cash-like form. Today, we're joined by Jeff from Goldback to tell us more. Jeff, can you explain what Goldbacks are?
Absolutely. Goldbacks are physical currency made of 24-karat gold. Because the gold is inside the currency itself, it holds real value and naturally resists inflation.
So they're not just for collecting, you can actually spend them?
That's right. There are businesses right here in Florida that accept them as payment, just like cash. They're designed to keep wealth local, support independent businesses, and give you the freedom to use sound money.
That's amazing. And I heard you're giving these away for free. Is that true?
Yes. To celebrate the launch of the Florida Goldback, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents. All you have to do is visit freegoldback.com, verify your Florida address, and we'll ship it to your home. No fees, no gimmicks.
Real gold completely free. That's incredible. Florida, don't miss out. Visit freegoldback.com today to claim your free half Goldback before they're gone.
Insurance companies don't want you to hire an attorney so they can pay you pennies on the dollar for your injuries. But I don't cost you a dime unless I get you money. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get pushed around by the insurance companies. Just call Mo.
Daytona Bike Week is back. February 28th, March 9th. There's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, free demo rides and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Round. It all culminates Saturday, March 8th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Bike Week is right around the bend. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week, February 28th through March 9th. They've got food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership located next to I-4 across from the mall at Millennium.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended.
It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, February 28th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from the Epstein files flop to the 24-hour economic blackout allegedly hits America, and the latest updates on Gene Hackman's mystery death, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
What happened?
Looks like we got a last-minute message here. Let me just dust it off. Take a look. Validate. Don't want to screw up here on a Friday. Yep, it's a last-minute message from Gene Hackman's ghosts. Let's see what they said.
Have a great Friday, you mother...
We did it, everybody! Shouts out to D Vans on Discord for our opening message person. I don't want to put that on me because it's way too soon. I would not have done that. That was from the Discord people. I would not have done that.
Then again, based on the reports, is it too soon?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we'll find out maybe at some point during the show today. But here we are on a Friday. Pat yourself on the back. You made it all the way through the week, and I knew for one that you could do it here today. How's everybody doing on a Friday?
Not bad. Yeah, ready to Friday. How are you?
Hanging in there. Definitely got the whatever Courtney had, whatever. I don't know if it's something bad or good, or she was not feeling well for 3 days. So I'm probably on day one of that. So with perfect timing, right? Yes. Awesome Saturday and Sunday ahead here. Going to be just a blast.
Party time.
Go ahead and get me some emergency.
Yep. Get loaded up. Get loaded up over there.
Snort it?
No, I got to mix it with water.
Okay. You may find me mummified in my studio on Monday.
That's too soon. That was too soon.
Yeah, look, this is the reality of the world. I'm just telling you what's going on out there. That's how it goes. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers in the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Talking about the Epstein files, which what a catastrophe this was. What a letdown. What a disaster.
And
what an embarrassment.
Hype for it.
Stupid.
I mean, the picture that we saw of all the, what was it?
The binders?
Influencers.
Twitter nerds.
They had their merch, the new hats that Trump was right about everything, and then their new binders. And this is just phase one. And it's a flop. An absolute flop.
And they're saying that there's more coming out today.
Yeah, okay.
Bunch of nonsense. But of the names in the Epstein files, there was a lot of people that you might know. Of course, these people just are like mentioned in there as maybe having visited Jeffrey Epstein. And as we said yesterday, you're just kind of screwed. Good luck fighting that whole one. My favorite thing was RFK Jr., who we're starting here with the opening clip. He was explaining why. He was like, look, it's not weird that one of my relatives was on Epstein's island. I know, like, all of those people. Like, he's like, look, I know a lot of really bad people, actually.
Oh, and you run into everybody in New York. I mean, I knew Harvey Weinstein. I knew Roger Ailes. I knew O.J. Simpson came to my house. Bill Cosby came to my house.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if there's something you, show off about.
At some point, you might want to question the visitors to your house, dude.
Yeah, we had a whole party. Bill brought the drinks.
O.J. Simpson, Bill Cosby, Weinstein... just loaded up with all the people hanging out at the Kennedy household. That was the spot to be. His opener there was one of the hardest things. I might be like him by the end of the show.
Is that it?
Yeah, I might go full RFK by the end of the show, because at the beginning he's like, I don't recommend working on it.
You run into everybody in New York. I mean, I knew.
He said, I run into everybody in New York. That was a whole
You just named off all the worst people.
You run into everybody in New York. I mean,
that's tough, man. There he is. But that's his explanation for why his family is on this stupid list. Also with Mick Jagger, Dustin Hoffman, Alec Baldwin, Michael Jackson, Ethel Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s mother, Andrew Cuomo, Naomi Campbell, and I knew it. I knew it.
What?
Courtney Love. Courtney Love was on the list. Who didn't pin her as one of the folks who was visiting Jeffrey Epstein? This whole thing was a dud. It was an absolute dud.
Are these just people that went to his house, went to his island?
Like
these are flight logs.
The logs.
Are they flight logs?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the whole thing is a dud. Like, they released some things that were supposed to have these flight logs, and there was a bunch of redacted lists. Of course, I saw a bunch of people going yesterday like, why did they black out all these names? Here's a list of all the masseuses, and they're all blacked out. Because the masseuses were the victims.
Yeah.
Those are the 15-year-old girls. Those were the people who were going in there and
well, they're
getting
old enough
paid
now. Show their names.
For Epstein HJs. That's what was going on there. That's why those people are blacked out. You want them revealed? Put them out there, please. And I thought this was the absolute lamest thing. And I feel like if Republicans saw the Democrats do the same thing, they would have lost their ever-loving minds. But the GOP House Judiciary account posted a tweet that said Epstein files released, and then there was a tiny URL link to the Epstein files. And because it was a nothing burger, this is what happened when you clicked it, right? You click it, and then it would go to load the Epstein files. You go, okay, here we go. Rickroll. And
no, are you serious?
Like, I thought this was a serious thing. I thought this was like, we're going to shame all of our opponents as being part of Epstein's flight list, and he was the worst of the worst, and, you know, they killed him because he knew too much about the Clintons or whatever. Like, all these things. I thought it was so lame. The whole, like, unveiling of this. If you're going to do the releases, give the people something or don't do it at all.
Exactly.
Maybe that's why no other president released the alien files or the JFK files or the Epstein files, because all the other presidents probably looked at them and said, what we have that we could release is not exciting, and people will just get more angry. So don't release it at all.
So,
not releasing
or
it's
if
better.
you're going to release it, then release it. But they made a whole hype. Like, it was like they had leading up to the Super Bowl, a parade, and all for a big letdown. And what is that? I feel like people are going to be left not only like, I don't know, like stupid, you know, like how stupid do you think we are to fall for this hype? And what were you doing during all of this that we are being distracted from?
Yeah, the whole thing has just been really lame. The Elder of Rock on YouTube says, yeah, I mean, people didn't make fun of Biden's mental state, so don't make fun of RFK Jr. It's a joke, right? That's a joke. I know that's a joke. I'm not falling for that. Because, yes, we make fun of both. We make fun of whatever around here. Yeah. And U.S. General Pam Bondi said the FBI failed to turn over all the Jeffrey Epstein files.
Oh, blame the FBI.
She wrote this. Pamela Bondi wrote to Director Patel of the FBI. Before he came into office, I requested a full and complete release of files related to Jeffrey Epstein. I received about 200 pages of documents. I repeated the question whether this was the full set of documents and was repeatedly assured by the FBI that I had received them. Then I learned that there were thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation that I didn't get. Dappity. By 8 a.m. tomorrow, that's already passed, the FBI will deliver the full and complete Epstein files to my office, including all records, documents, audio, and video recordings and materials. And so nothing. We've got nothing. They went for the release, and then it's like, they're holding stuff back from us. Blame the FBI now. And it's, no, there's just nothing there. This is the farce. The farce is that the United States government is actually competent enough to cover things up. They're not. They're not. That's the big, grand secret in life. 9/11 wasn't an inside job because the U.S. couldn't have covered it up to begin with. We don't know about aliens and any kind of Area 50, whatever. We don't know about that because we couldn't cover up that secret if we did. We can't keep secrets. Loose lips sink ships, and all of the ships are gone, okay? This is just not a thing. We don't have them. JFK wasn't killed by a second gunman on the grassy knoll. We're never going to get the juice, baby. It's just not going to happen. Sorry. But what is happening is President Donald Trump has just signed an executive order designating English as the official language of the United States of America. Finally, it's been done.
Did we just never have one before?
We didn't have one. We were too cowardly. Now we finally have English as our official language of the United States of America. The order will allow government agencies and organizations that receive federal funding to choose whether to continue to offer documents and services in languages other than English. What? They're still allowed to have all these different languages? Come on, man.
There's people that speak a bunch of different languages.
I don't care about those people. This is America. We speak English here. This is our primary language, just like everybody else has a primary language. This says designating English as a national language promotes unity, establishes efficiency in government operations, and creates a pathway for civic engagement. We have to have something official, folks. All right, can't be all like, we got 8,000 languages for everything. More than 30 states have already passed laws designating English as their official language, according to U.S. English. What a fun group that is. A group that advocates for making English the official language in the United States of America. But here we are, the executive order doing this. Now, I wonder, the really interesting thing will be, there might be a chance, if Democrats can get it together, that they get somebody in the White House in the next decade or so. And then obviously we know, anybody with a brain knows, they're going to do their own executive order things, right? So whoever's the next Democrat who gets elected, they're going to sit at the desk. They're going to copy Trump because they know this was a good idea. They're going to have somebody up there going, here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing. And they're going to sign all these executive orders that rescind everything and do their own things, right? That's what they're going to do. But will they do ones for this? Will a Democratic future president rescind English as the official language for the United States of America? Some of these, I don't know if they would do that. I think they'll just go, all right, fine, we'll leave that one alone. We don't like the way that looks. That's not a great thing. We'll see what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now.
I couldn't see them doing the English thing because it just seems like a weird thing. It seems like a weird thing to do in the first place, but it also seems like an even weirder thing to undo just to stick it to Trump. I could see using the Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico thing as like a pawn in some sort of deal.
Yeah.
We're doing some diplomatic things with Mexico, and just as a token of our good faith, we're going to give them the Gulf back.
Right.
In name only.
If you give us a win on the border and say, we're really going to fix things now, then we'll switch it back, which we don't really lose anything, and we get a win with it or something. Everything's going to be like all of these layers moving forward now. That's what it seems like to me, at least. Okay, we got a lot going on planet Earth, and we want to see what you're thinking about it today. Anything on your mind, your thoughts? Welcome as a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com or an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Let's get into things. I've gathered all the latest here on Gene Hackman and his wife and their mysterious death. I got everything that there is to be had for the newest information we can find, but it's still a very puzzling thing. So let's go deep down that rabbit hole. Let's find out all the new info that we have about Gene Hackman's mystery death, along with his wife and the dog and everything that happened at that house. The very latest is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Someday Alexa will do everything. Alexa, can you take the dog for a walk?
Ha ha ha. No way in hell.
But until then, tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound near State Road 535. Traffic still slowing down in your usual areas on I-4 before US 27 and after State Road 429 and through that Lake Buena Vista area. There's delays on Florida's Turnpike, southbound between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Folks, it is an interesting time of year because we snip-snap back and forth between, well, it was cold outside and nope, now it's hot again, and your air conditioning is hardest hit. And as you can imagine, that's a lot for your AC to deal with. Now is the absolute perfect time in 2025 for you to sign up for preventative maintenance from Mills Air. Why? Preventative maintenance is something you should be doing anyways. Just like you go to the doctor maybe once every year or so to take a look at your blood work or whatever. Do that with your air conditioning to make sure that it's working as it should and it's going to get all the way through the spring and most importantly, the summer. Mills Air is there to help you out. Find out more about preventative maintenance on millsair.com. And if you need a new Carrier unit, they have huge rebates toward one. Why would you leave that on the table? You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
At Galen College of Nursing, our now approach to nursing education means treating students as humans. We give you the care you're taught to give your patients, and we prepare you to practice with immersive experiences and on-demand resources to help you fulfill the potential you always had. Regardless of who you are, if you pursue nursing education at Galen, we'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Get ready for the City of Tavares Plains, Tunes, and Barbecue tonight and tomorrow in Wooten Park, Tavares. Shop a variety of unique vendors and savor mouth-watering barbecue. Starting today at 4 p.m., enjoy live music by Maggie Baugh. Tomorrow, catch the seaplane contest, spectacular water ski shows, dazzling drone light display, and a special performance by Welshly Arms. Admission is free for Plains, Tunes, and Barbecue tonight and tomorrow. Info at TavaresFL.gov.
Tired of making the same weight loss resolutions every year? It's time to break the cycle. Get started with Mochi Health. Meet one-on-one with a board-certified obesity medicine doctor from the comfort of your own home and see if a GLP-1 medication is right for you. If so, we'll have it delivered straight to your door.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to take time away from my children. With Mochi Health, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm just really happy that my kids get to grow up with a mom who can do things with them.
Start with our free quiz at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com. Take our free quiz today and use the code MCORadio to get $40 off your first month at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com.
Real patients were compensated to share their experiences. Results may vary. Eligible GLP-1 patients typically lose 1 to 2 pounds per week in their first 6 months with Mochi when combined with a healthy lifestyle.
Check out joinmochi.com.
Sutherland Nissan Orlando isn't just stretching your tax money, we're doubling it. Up to $4,000 when you buy new. Like Muranos for $9,000 off MSRP or 0% APR at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Double purchase on selected Nissan. Can't combine offers. VIN number RC100521. MSRP 49,020 plus taxes and fees with approved credit.
Looking for the best donuts and breakfast treats in town? Then you got to go check out Shipley's Donuts. With more than 60 varieties to choose from, Shipley's Donuts serves freshly made delights daily. Visit them today at 2225 South Cimarron Boulevard.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
So cool, thank you.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure, but your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like Freeform Radio and Alternative Rewind.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
Everybody in chat is fighting about English being the official language. I don't think it's a very controversial thing. Like, if you look at any country, I mean, almost any country that I could think of, if you go there, they probably have an official language, and you're probably expected to deal with it. If you go to France, their official language is French for now, and you got to deal with that. You got to try to figure a way around it. Do a lot of people speak a lot of languages? Yeah, that's the way it goes. But it's a thing I think that people have made more controversial than it actually is. Like, if you go to Mexico, do you think that there's probably an official language in Mexico? I would guess. I know a lot of countries have official languages. It's not a very controversial thing unless you're in the United States, I guess. But we'll see what you think. Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch. Let's talk about the good stuff. Let's talk about Gene Hackman. And I know Sealand had pointed out, and I saw more people after this. I don't know if you've seen this too, Sabrina, but all these people that are now taken to going, oh, big surprise, Gene Hackman died, guys. How crazy. And it's like, it is weird. It's a very weird-ass story that we've been following.
Didn't finish even the entire headline.
Yeah.
Yes, he was 95 years old, but he was also found dead with his wife and his dog at the same time.
Actually, to that point, Gene Hackman dead at 95 is the least interesting part of the story. It's all the other stuff. It's like all the other things. Like, he just dropped, and so did his wife in another room in the house. And so far, they've said, like, we don't see any signs of a gas issue.
Yeah,
and
if a 95-year-old died in their sleep, then there would not be much of an investigation. There would not be a search warrant. There wouldn't be.
That's why I only kill 95-year-olds.
All this mystery. Yeah, exactly. You just have. They're just hard to find.
I know.
Sean keeps killing them all.
That's right.
But say there was a house that had 3 95-year-olds, and each one of them, same night, died in their sleep. It's weird. You're going to want to know if this was some sort of what
murder.
The cause was.
Yeah,
you know, you're going to want to know where Sean Wasson was the night before.
That's why I got to have really good alibis, and my alibi is going to be you guys. You're going to stand up for me, right? You two. You're going to be like, "Yep, Sean was hanging out with us. It was just the three of us hanging out, just like we do on the show, and he didn't do nothing wrong."
Yeah, I mean, we could say that, and it'll be very clear that that's not the case all the time.
Are you serious? After over a decade, 12 years or something, doing this show, you wouldn't be my alibi?
I'd be your alibi, but it won't stand. When's the last time we hung out on the weekend?
I would help you bury a body.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I am your Brian Laundrie's mother. I will help you bury a body. If you need to get rid of the body, I will be like Brian Laundrie's mother, and I will be there
I'd
with a
probably
shovel
just
to
drop
help you
it
out.
off in the front of your house.
It'd probably be me, so we don't have a huge issue with me doing that.
I would be your alibi, but I would probably be so nervous that I would say something that tipped them off that I was lying. Be like, yeah, I was totally hanging out with Sean Watson last night. We were playing a game of pickup basketball.
Wait a second, he did it. Like, it's immediate guilt right over everybody.
Having a couple waters.
I don't know. That's such a weird take. The Gene Hackman story is legitimately interesting, and there's a lot of very curious things about it. And unlike so many other stories that we see you guys trying to tackle every day, it's not adding an element of mystery to the story that doesn't need to be there. It's legitimately, there are some questions. So what is the latest that we know about what happened with Gene Hackman, his wife, and the dog? Police are looking for answers, says ABC News, after Gene Hackman and his wife mysteriously were found dead. The couple was found on Wednesday morning during a welfare check with no obvious signs of how they died, according to the sheriff's office. They've been found during this welfare check. They weren't seen in at least a week, they believe. Gene Hackman was discovered on the floor in the mud room, according to the search warrant that we read on the show.
Also, you know you're rich when.
Yeah, mud room? No, mud room is pretty common up north usually. But is it common in?
What's a mud room then? I thought it was
Nevada?
like a spa thing.
No. Well, maybe I'm wrong. But my experience was a mud room is like this first room kind of that you have in your house where you
throw off your shoes and stuff.
Yeah,
is there a different name for
room
that?
in the house designed especially for the shedding of dirty or wet footwear and clothing, and located typically off the kitchen or in the basement.
Oh, okay.
Off the kitchen. Oh,
That's like my front entrance. But I didn't know it was called the mud room.
Like in Vermont,
fancy.
when everybody would be coming in and you have snow on your shoes and stuff, you have a little like entry room they would call a mud room, and then you would take off all your stuff there, and then you would go in. But Ceeline's saying this is by like the kitchen and stuff, so that would be a little bit different.
It's just a small room or entryway where footwear and outerwear can be removed before entering a house.
That's where Gene Hackman was found, and he and his wife showed what they called obvious signs of death, even to what we were talking about yesterday, and Sabrina was mentioning the
mummification.
Mummification. That's right. It's a good word too.
I gotta say, when reading over the warrant and what they found, they noted mostly the wife mummification in the hands and feet. They only said about Gene was that it was like similar to, but did not.
They weren't very specific.
Necessarily imply that he had been dead as long.
No, they were less specific with Gene Hackman's condition, certainly, than they were with his wife, who they outright said she was found in a state of like mummification. And then this dog was found nearby. And then weirder yet, the door may have been open the whole time. It's just a lot of very curious things going on here. Next to his wife was an opened prescription bottle with pills scattered all over the place. And there was no signs of a possible carbon monoxide leak or poisoning. But they said, this is a big but, if there was a carbon monoxide leak, it could have vented out of the home through the open front door before people actually finally got there. So that's what could have happened there. All the stories are kind of just revisiting these same details until we get the results of the autopsy.
Which is weeks from now.
Probably. It usually takes a while, right? And will an autopsy say that it was, could they determine that it was gas? They would find gas in the lungs, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I would think that they could determine that.
Or maybe they would determine based on physical conditions that were created or are created by inhaling a gas or something like that. You know, lack of oxygen.
So at least coming up right away, an autopsy can show evidence of carbon monoxide poisoning. They can help determine cause of death, like your blood, bright red color of the blood, muscles, organs, soot in the nostrils, mouth, larynx, trachea, smoke, soot. So that's like from a flume or fume.
Yeah.
Flume. What?
Flu.
A frequently observed pulmonary edema. And so it looks like you can.
So what you're saying is, even if they don't find the actual,
you're the one that's seen 1,700 seasons of Grey's Anatomy.
Carbon monoxide. It's just the emergency.
They do edemas.
Whatever. Dude.
Hang on. The point being, if they don't find the actual gas in your lungs, other things happen to your body that they can say are related to this. So that's what we're looking for next. And it is just odd, no matter what you want to say about it on Facebook. Instagram, all of those.
Real quick, you were calling it a carbon monoxide leak.
Yeah.
Is there a place that CO leaks from? I mean, when you think of carbon monoxide poisoning, you think of somebody lit a fire and didn't close, didn't open the flue on their thing, and all the smoke was getting inside the house instead of going up the chimney. Are there other sources?
The ABC News story mentioned the word leak, but that kind of implies, at least I think a lot of people would take it from it what you did, like there was some sort of leak in an actual pipe as opposed to they turned it on and it leaked into the air or whatever. It would probably be the latter that would be a more likely case, but we just
the gas
don't know.
company went there.
Yeah, the gas company
and
went there.
already determined there was no pipes that were broken.
No, but that's why the cops were saying that it could have escaped out the front door. So, like, I don't know, but if it was that, right, let's think about this for just a moment here before we get to some feedback. If we think about it in that way, okay, the gas escaped from the front door. Well, wouldn't the source of the gas remain on if they died? If they were in the room and there was a gas being released and then they died, I would think that would keep going. And then if they showed up, they would know, oh, the gas has been going for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever.
If it were a fire, then the fire could be out. But they haven't said anything about there being evidence of there having been a fire. I think we would know that by now.
Yeah. And considering how far they were from each other, I mean, that is something, like if it was just from a fireplace, then there would have to be something in the middle.
Yeah,
and
that's why it's all
information?
crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Your friend on Facebook is wrong. It's absolutely bizarre, and it's an interesting story. Now we want to hear from you about this.
People.
Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. It says what we call a dispatch. That's your recorded message, video or audio, and bam, it gets on the show. We'll be nice to you. I want to hear some first-timers today, not all the same 5 people over and over and over again. Newbies, step up and send a dispatch or fire off an email at tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Skype, R.I.P. to Skype.
Wow.
This is one of those companies where I go, they had it right there. They had it right there. And they probably could have been propelled forward further during the pandemic, but it just didn't go that way. For some reason, it went to Zoom. Everybody said, all right, Zoom. Everybody went to Zoom in a 1 week period.
And Skype has been around for so long.
Yeah, but Skype has been around for as long as internet calling, as I know it has been around.
But I think you think of Skype as a different service than Zoom, even though you could probably do the same things with Skype as you could for Zoom. I think when you think Skype, you think I can make a phone call to an actual phone from my computer over the internet. And that is Skype to you. Even though there's so much, it could be this Swiss Army knife of communication tools, but if it's only pigeonholed as that, and people go, well, I don't need Skype. I'm not trying to call people. I just want to do voice chat or camera chat. And they're like, well, we got this Zoom.
Yeah, and then everybody went that way. It's crazy. The whole company is just... It's not.
Well, is it even a company? It's not. It's an independent company.
It's Microsoft. Yeah, it's part of Microsoft, and they're moving it all into Microsoft Teams because that's where they want everything. Yeah. And they're just RIPing Skype in the next couple of months. May 5th, 2025, RIP Skype. What do you think? Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Excuse me.
Oh, that was a sexy now, right there.
Creeping down.
No.
I was trying to keep it in a cadence where I wouldn't completely fall apart because I was about to cough.
Failed.
Okay, when we come back, the Tate brothers, including Andrew Tate, headed to the state of Florida.
They already landed.
They're in Florida? Uh-oh. Your 15-year-old nephew who watches only Andrew Tate videos and...
Red flag.
Who are the other people that are in that world? Oh, Fresh and Fit. And there's a couple other ones that are in that one. They're most excited about this. To me, well, you'll see. We'll get into what's going on. And the reaction of Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis. How has he responded to all of this? Because there's like international eyes on this for some reason. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classical.
Expecting a really pleasant day. Temperatures will be a degree or two below normal, but still very nice. Plenty of sunshine, a high of around 77 degrees today in Orlando. As we head into the weekend, temperatures will hold steady right around the mid-70s for both Saturday and Sunday. Plenty of sunshine. A weak cold front pushes through late Saturday night and into early Sunday, but we look to stay on the dry side even through much of next week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Try a $3 Son of Baconator today. Big news, bacon lovers. Wendy's Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. For just $3, you get crispy, crunchy apple smoked bacon, 2 juicy beef patties, and plenty of cheese on a burger. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We have unlimited data that never slows you down, covered by the Verizon 5G network, and all for less than $30 a month when you get 4 lines. And the best part, we give you a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G when you switch to the 5G Unlimited or 5G Plus Unlimited plan. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
My name is Kyle Tequila, host of the shocking new true crime podcast, Crook County.
I got recruited into the mob when I was 17 years old.
People are dying. Is he doing this every night?
Kenny was a Chicago firefighter who lived a secret double life as a mafia hitman.
I had a wife and I had 2 children. Nobody knew anything. He was a crazy man.
He was my father, and I had no idea about any of this until now. Listen to Crook County on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Crook County to start listening.
Galen College of Nursing is opening a new campus in Orlando, bringing our now approach to nursing education to Central Florida. With the on-demand resources you need, we'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu/Orlando.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578. 689-314-7578.
This is Ben Bullen from Stuff They Don't Want You to Know. Folks, we bet you know at least a handful of people that are taking Ozempic, semaglutide, or other similar medications, and they're doing so for good reason. These are groundbreaking ways for changing quality of life, and Future Health makes accessing them simple, safe, and affordable.
Yeah, obesity affects roughly 42% of U.S. adults, according to the CDC. And
I am actually someone who's struggled with weight loss in the past, and I've had great results from trying some of these GLP-1s in the past myself.
Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get meds delivered to your door within 24 hours.
So don't delay. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331.
Rapid radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
In just a moment on the show, and your dispatches. How do you send one? Don't be nervous, first of all. You look great. You sound great. It's a lovely day. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com, and send us a video or audio dispatch there. This would be fun, man. Oh, I'm so jealous. Oh, right now I'm seeing some photos coming across on X/Twitter of people at Epic Universe testing out the rides. Yeah.
So when I was in San Diego last week, it was the first time that I started seeing the commercials for Epic Universe. So I was like, oh my God, it's already happening. And it looked awesome.
Yeah, it's a whole new theme park. You're like opening a whole new theme park. So
I've seen commercials for it here.
I haven't yet. That was my first time.
I don't watch TV with commercials, so I don't catch most of that stuff.
So elite.
I know. I'm on the high tier of download and everything. But at Epic Universe, they're testing out all these rides, and you would be like Cartman. It's like having your own theme park. There's like, I'm looking at like 50, 100 people or something, maybe a little bit more than that are at this entire theme park because they have to put people on the rides and they have to test them out to see if they work. And that would be crazy.
I have a friend who's already been on a few of them.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I hate that person.
She was real braggadocious about it.
Yeah, I would be too. I would be too. And I would be doing it in a nice way where I'm like, wait till you guys get to experience this.
Yeah. So if anyone's listening, we'll totally test out the rides for you.
Yeah, we are all of like differing sizes and heights. Yep. And we will be a perfect balance on any ride that you put us on. So if you want that for the rides at Epic Universe, we'd be glad to try it out. That would be so fun, man. I would like to give that a go.
I can't wait to do the Mario World.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's so many fun things that are going on in there. But they got to test stuff. So that's what they're doing now with this very limited amount of people. Over to Gene Hackman. Here's the latest coming through from Deadline. It says, and this would be a simple ending to this, investigators not ruling out carbon monoxide poisoning in the deaths of Gene Hackman, his wife, and then the daughter says the dad was in good health at the time. So with all the other things that are going on, they're still not ruling out that this could simply be a clear cut. Hey, carbon monoxide took him out, and that was that. That's the latest that we're seeing on that particular story. Meanwhile, another big one is, for some reason, it shouldn't be a big story, but that the Tate brothers, Andrew Tate, I'll explain who these people are in a moment for you, and Tristan Tate, they're flying from Romania. I guess they're already in the state of Florida. They were under investigation for a very lengthy amount of time in Romania. They should really get their S together over there and just try them and see if they can get them guilty or not. But these two guys were, if you are giving them the most generous interpretation of the facts of their existence, they were taking advantage of women and having them engage in all sorts of OnlyFans and streaming camera stuff sexually online, and then taking a portion of the proceeds, like digital pimping out these women. I say a warning to a lot of Republicans, because you can get in this defense mode where you're just like, I'll defend anything that's not over there, right? Like, I have to take on everybody on my side. This is why not being on a team is fantastic. You could just be real. You could go, hey, these guys seem like garbage. These guys seem like garbage human beings. I don't want to be near them. I don't feel like I have to defend myself. But a lot of people, for some reason, congregate to these dudes. And
why? Because they're big Trump fans?
They are more as of late. They didn't start out that way at all. Like they didn't start out as super political. They were just like that. I don't know if you know what the red pill space is, but just like men being men, masculinity being embraced.
Misogyny.
No, it doesn't have to be, but it can be. It can be. They are. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Yeah. They have done plenty of things you would call misogynistic, for sure. Both of them, Andrew and Tristan Tate. But they haven't been found guilty over in Romania, and for some reason they're in Florida, and Governor DeSantis is not among the fans of the Tate brothers. And here's what he says about this. Is he welcome here?
Sent back to Romania or whatever.
Should be sent back to Romania.
Involvement in that. I read about it through the media. Clearly, the federal government has jurisdiction, whether they want to rebuff his entry into the United States, and I have confidence that whether it's Pam Bondi or Kristi Noem, that they will be sticking at that. I do know our Attorney General, James Uthmeyer, is looking at what hooks and jurisdiction we may have to be able to deal with this. But the reality is no, Florida is not a place where you're welcome with that type of conduct in the air. And I don't know how it came to this. We were not involved. We were not notified. I found out through the media that this was something that was happening.
So DeSantis not a fan. He's saying, like, they're not welcome. Florida's not a place you're welcome with that type of conduct, the stuff that they were involved in, and he's not supporting this. But I can almost be guaranteed that we'll see some stories of them out and about in the state of Florida, in Miami, wherever. Who knows where the hell they're going to be going.
Boy, oh boy.
But they're out there wandering around the Tate brothers.
Do they have a house here or something?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think everything they had was kind of a house of cards. They were getting all these losers to sign up for a thing called Hustler University. And I signed up for a 6-month thing, and then I was like, no way. I'm not
already
getting
a hustler.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything out of this. I'm already like a top-notch man. So the Tate brothers had this thing where people would pay for advice.
Think that.
Maybe. Yeah, but the family members that would think that, Sealand, are unfortunately starting to leave the planet Earth. So I don't have them to back me up. But maybe Courtney would think that I'm a grade A guy.
Let's go to the
You
studio.
don't really drill a hole in a pot. I don't know if Courtney's...
I got the... Why do we live in this world where I got the handyman style job done, and then I don't get any credit for it?
No, I will give you the credit, and I also know what it's like to feel accomplished in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's good.
You get it done because of, and especially comparing to failures in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
So many
when
failures.
I call Michael, and I'm like, Radio Michael 7, I messed up big time. Can you tell me how to fix this? But when you accomplish it, you're like, I am a independent person who can fix everything.
And it's probably not as good for RM7 because he gets those victories all the time. He's good at that stuff. But I think for me and you, we were like, yeah, like I did a thing.
Oh, and by the way, after you talked about it, the Big Brother has my algorithm now showing me how to drill holes into things.
I don't know if I should test my fate with doing anymore because right now our faucet, we got like a faucet on the sink that's leaking. And I go, I think I could fix that, Courtney. And she's like, no, please just get a plumber. We had a plumber install it in the first place. And I bought the faucet, the replacement faucet, and I have it
you're
right
going to
there.
replace the whole thing.
I got under there and I was like, I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Yeah. I was like me with the toilet.
And then
That's a no way, Jose.
I was trying to walk away with like a path of semi-victory where I was going to go, well, I could do this, but
I don't have the proper comp.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good here. Not feeling great. So maybe ship it off to the plumber guy. Okay, let's see what's happening at the White House. Oh, here we go. Ukrainian President Zelenskyy has arrived. Vladimir Zelenskyy has arrived at the White House. I wonder what this handshake is going to look like. Trump can do a handshake for a while, man. I'm watching. There's Trump at the door to the White House. Maybe patiently, maybe not, maybe impatiently waiting with the door open as they wait for Zelensky's SUV. Here it is. There it is.
What's taking so long?
Why am I waiting for him? He pulls up. Door opens. Lil Zelenskyy gets out. There we go. Handshake. 1, 2. Oh, that wasn't that long.
Who's he talking to?
Zelenskyy is pointing at him. Oh, no, they're shouting questions, but nothing's getting through just yet. They are meeting each other. Zelenskyy, the head of Ukraine, and President Trump at the White House. And I don't know if he was trolling or not, but there was a question to Trump yesterday before this visit when he was sitting down with the British Prime Minister, and they were like, hey, do you feel bad about calling him a dictator? And here's Trump.
President, do you still think that Mr. Zelenskyy is a dictator?
Did I say that? I can't believe I said that. Next question.
They said, do you still think that Zelenskyy, who's now here, is a dictator? And he goes, did I say that? That doesn't sound like me, sort of thing. But I don't think there's any audio of him saying it because he truthed it. He truthed it out.
Oh, there's a screenshot?
Yeah, I got one.
That's a big blur.
This is from one of the truths. It says, he refuses to have elections. They're talking about Zelenskyy with 2 Ys. Is very low in Ukrainian polls, and the only thing he was good at was playing Biden like a fiddle. A dictator without elections. Zelenskyy better move fast, or he's not going to have a country left. In the meantime, we're successfully negotiating an end to the war with Russia. Something all admit only Trump and the Trump administration can do. Biden never tried. Europe has failed to bring peace, and Zelenskyy probably wants to keep that gravy train going. I love Ukraine, but Zelenskyy has done a terrible job, and his country is shattered, and millions have unnecessarily died, and so it continues. So, a dictator without elections. I wonder if Zelenskyy has that printed out, and in their conversation, they'll be like, "What about this?
So,
what did you think about this?"
They just he got out of the vehicle, and they just said hi to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Zelenskyy speaks English, though, does he?
Not that I know of.
Very, very little, but for the most part, he's translated.
I will say this: he does not conduct interviews that I've seen in English.
Right, because
do that.
I saw the long form kind of special edition of My Next Guest Needs No Introduction with David Letterman, where he went over to Ukraine and they met in like a secret area with a very limited audience. And they did one of those long form interviews, but each of them had, translators in their ear.
Yeah.
So they could communicate with each other.
Yeah. Zelensky's actually an interesting character, man.
I think so, too.
The guy was like their version of an SNL performer. He was a comedian, and he was not political at all. And then this Russian incursion happens into Ukraine. Russia invades. And before that, he was like standout figure and just popped up as a very popular guy at first. And then he was like the war leader, because the Russians invaded, and then he's the response. And he's been a giant figure, obviously, in the back and forth there. But Trump wants him to wrap this up. Trump is probably willing to give Putin some of the land. Zelenskyy might not be willing to do that. So I don't know. It'll be an interesting conversation to be a fly on the wall, as they say, to be a fly on the wall. Let's go over to you. Let's see what's going on in your world. And somebody's talking about how Skype is shutting down. R.I.P. Skype. This is Two Mandy Hobbies.
Hi, News Junkie. Two Mandy Hobbies here. Real quick, you guys took me on a nice little walk down memory lane about Skype. My grandparents, who were born in 1926, when my son, who's now 14, was a baby, Skype is what we used to communicate with them. Aww. And it just blows my mind that they went through so much in their lifetime, Great Depression, World War II, and then in their 80s, they're video chatting with their great-grandchild.
Crazy.
So thanks. That was a great little memory unlocked. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. And look at that. Just like that. 2 Mandy Hobbies, brand new dispatcher on board. Great job.
Welcome to the club.
Good work.
Good work. I'm even giving you a star right off the jump, just like that. Here's Chelsea London with a dispatch about Gene Hackman.
Hello, friends. So I am particularly interested in Gene Hackman's death story because my dad actually was a flight instructor and taught Gene Hackman how to fly and got him his private pilot's license.
Oh,
so
wow.
This has been something that I have been checking the news reports for and Googling ever since this has come out. And autopsies, they say, will take 4 to 6 weeks to get the full report. So I'm going to be listening, and I'm going to be very intrigued to see what really comes of this. Thank you guys for covering it, and I'm looking forward to hearing more as it comes out.
Thank you, Chelsea. Another new voice on the scene and another star for you,
get a
just
star.
like that. Everybody's getting stars
Let's
today.
talk to your dad.
New dispatchers, jump on board with us. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your first dispatch right now. Somebody on chat saying that Zelenskyy addressed UN in English. He may have done that before, but it is not his wont to conduct long or even short form conversations in English. I don't know that he has a firm enough grasp on English.
He
that
picked the
he does
wrong
that.
day to come to the United States.
Yeah, because it's our official language now. Hell yeah. Let's see what he does with that. It's going to be very, very handicapping in his conversation, I think. So whilst he might have used that before, and he maybe has done that, it's not his go-to. He clearly doesn't have a firm grasp on English enough that he's willing to use that as his default when he comes to this country and does interviews. I've seen many where he speaks not in English. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll hear from you. We'll see what you think, the first-timers, second-timers, third-timers. We'll get more Gene Hackman updates as the show goes on, and we'll also talk about what's happening with Doge. Some big updates coming through in the last 24 hours, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number 1 on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
All lanes are blocked due to an accident on Orange Blossom Trail at Michigan Street. The left lane's blocked due to a crash on Florida's Turnpike northbound before US 27. There's an accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound before County Road 561, slowing down traffic as well. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
From the world-class pyrotechnics and dazzling light shows of rider introductions to the excitement of the course, the atmosphere is different at Daytona Supercross. Experience high-flying action and side-by-side intensity of Monster Energy AMA Supercross on one of the most demanding tracks of the circuit, the world center of racing. Every rider is eager for a Daytona victory under the bright lights. The high-flying, crowd-pleasing Daytona Supercross is a great event for the entire family. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com or call 1-800-PIT-SHOP.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Picture this. You're cozy by the fire sipping cocoa, or out on the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap, with the peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit invisiblefence.com to learn more. That's invisiblefence.com.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Radio 104.1. Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics. It's the News Junkie.
Happening in the news when possible, and you can learn more about the show. As always, even join us with a video or audio dispatch to get on this show at thenewsjunkie.com. One thing that a lot of people newer to this show might not be aware of, and it's always good to just kind of, refresh the audience of stories and let you guys know things that if you're new within the last couple of years, you might not be aware of. But Sabrina was close with Jared from Subway.
I was not close with him. I was in close proximity when I was an intern. And that was when everyone thought that he was a cool guy.
You and Jared from Subway do appear in a photograph together.
You still have it?
I don't have it, but I've seen it many a times. I've seen it, and I know it. I know it exists.
So, yes, he was doing the whole tour, okay?
Did he pose with his pants when he met you?
I was holding one side of the pants. He was holding the other side of the pants.
That's right.
And then what I can't find has to be on the internet somewhere. After all of the news came out of him being a pedophile, someone photoshopped the pants out and a cage of children in our hands.
In your photo?
So, Bolo, be on the lookout if you could find that. But
now, don't you kind of pride yourself in a way on your creep radar? What happened there? What happened there? Don't you kind of pride yourself in a way in being able to pick up on this guy, maybe stay away from him?
Now, yes, with all my years of learning about creeps, but
didn't have it at this
time, no way.
Oh,
and a couple of years prior to that, I'd taken a picture with O.J. Simpson.
Oh, really? That'd be great.
It's the complete opposite. Now I understand where the creeps are. But
do you think those pants were really pants that he used to wear, or did they just start buying him the size that he used to have?
I believe it's the pants he used to wear.
That's what he said, at least. Sabrina's now the RFK Jr. of the show.
Look how young you
please
look.
Stop. Why are you doing that?
Do you happen to run into some people who ended
was an intern? I didn't schedule the interview.
I would have shut him down. I would have said,
Show
that
the
guy.
Picture to the people. I just
something is not right about that guy, that Jared from Subway guy. I can't be in a photo with him. Let me see. All right, here is Sabrina and noted bad guy Jared from Subway.
Also note the background and how long ago this was. Come on.
I see the date here. It's 2021, I think.
Yeah, he's in jail.
2020 or 2021.
What are we trying to do here, Sean?
How tiny that TV was.
I want to talk about, you can't really get me back there, I don't think. Well, I don't have a photo with anybody like that, do I?
Yeah, you do.
Who? Go ahead. I'm ready for it. Who do I have that is notoriously bad now that I posed in a photo with? It's possible, but I can't think of the person.
Just give me a couple minutes.
All right, go for it. I'm ready.
Photoshop.com?
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you Photoshop me in a lineup of like all the baddies.
All hanging out.
Yeah,
I can't do it right now, but this is my call out also. For someone to help me out, please.
Me and Jared from Subway are by a laptop and he's pointing at it, showing me something. Like, no.
You on an island and Jeff Epstein is stamping your passport.
Those are not real if they come out. It's a tough time to be alive with this stuff going on. But Subway is bringing it back, baby, but not really. Remember the glory days, the $5 footlong. Oh, God.
$5.
Yeah.
Foot long.
It was the glory days. I remember working at that time, and I would drive around and I'd go, what should I have for lunch? I don't have that much money. Oh, $5 footlong, an entire sub.
Oh, yeah.
For $5. It was such a great deal.
That was on my college campus, and I was so poor that it was like, okay, looks like we're having Subway for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the rest of the week.
Yeah, you can split that thing up and make it last longer, and it was a key cornerstone thing, I think, for a little while that got people by. Food was a little cheaper then, a lot cheaper then. Subway is trying to bring back those vibes to you right now if you're ready to eat, and they got $6.99 footlongs starting today.
$6.99
foot.
$6.99 foot long. No, not as
catchy. No, and also
and they have to measure it, right? Because there was a lawsuit.
You don't even get it unless you use the app and use the promo code 699FL. So it's still not great. It's so expensive, everything nowadays. They can't even do that in some regular way. And the subs at Subway, just for the record, if you get the Beast, which is one of their bigger subs, it's $16.50 now. Yikes. That's pretty wild to me. $16.50. A lot of their more expensive sandwiches are north of $15, which is very, very, very expensive.
Do they still have the seafood option over at Subway?
I don't know. I mean, I've told you the story how when Dylan's mom, Serena, was pregnant, I did eat that for a while, but now...
Why?
I don't know. I look at it as so gross. There's a thing that happens sometimes when somebody gets pregnant, the guy also eats weird stuff. I don't understand that phenomenon.
Like, I love seafood, but being like scooped up in an ice cream...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The best case scenario. Yeah. Best case scenario. It's been sitting there all day, maybe longer. And I would eat that, and I would crunch up nacho Doritos and sprinkle it on the top.
Well,
don't know why.
That's a given.
Gross, dude. I would never eat that now. Really grosses me out thinking about it, but that was a thing. And you can get your $6.99 footlongs. And while you're there, say that Sabrina, who is close with Jared from Subway, sent you so that you make sure that you get special VIP treatment. That'll be the one that does you in. That'll do you. So we got to talk about a couple of things happening with Doge right now, DOGE, the Elon Musk kinda led group that's just slicing and dicing their way through government. They fired about 800 people at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and I think there's about 7,000 total. So it's a bit of a clip over there, and there's rumors that there'll be 800 more. The cuts spared only some of the specialists at the National Weather Service, according to a congressional aide. Layoffs at NOAA, the top weather and climate agency, come as climate change causes more intense and frequent weather and climate extremes, says Axios, but I don't trust them for nothing around here. However, there were some people who definitely did get fired over at NOAA. Hopefully it wasn't the people who are going to save us from the next tornadoes. I don't want them fired. I just want as many people as are the extra fat around the place fired. But I do think that this, call me crazy, seems a little messed up. Just a little crazy to me. The Federal Aviation Administration is saving some monies. They're going in there. Doge is, they're chopping it up, saving the money. One of the things that they're canceling is a contract with Verizon.
Oh, gosh.
They were rewarded. So $2.4 billion contract. That's
been
big.
Around for a while, I imagine.
That's for 2023.
Who are they replacing them with?
Verizon was awarded the $2.4 billion contract in 2023 to upgrade the country's air traffic control system, which has not been done as best I know, because I think we still have really crappy old stuff. Let's look at what Verizon did with any of that money, if they got that. They have already completed about $200 million in work of the 15-year contract. Oh, cow. So they aced that and said, this ain't working out. And Starlink is close to taking over
Is that
the
right?
FAA contract, which I don't know. That seems like a bad look. You're the dude. You're the Doge dude, and your people are the Doge people.
I thought he wasn't supposed to touch anything that he was involved in.
Yeah, but he's going to go, I'm not involved in this. The Doge people, the Dogeites are in there, and they're the ones who are saying that this is the next contract place. That seems bad.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like it's not a
Money's
fair
going
contract.
back in his pocket.
Even if, well, it has to be. It's his company. But even if Verizon is sucking here, and it's clear that that may be the case because our FAA has old, outdated equipment, like super old stuff, that shouldn't go to one of the guy's companies. Even if it's like a better bet, it's just it's a really bad look. All of these things should be open for open bidding from all of the companies out there so people can publicly see who is offering what, and then we hold them to those promises. One thing that I think needs to happen, and what am I but just a man who talks into a microphone over here? I don't have any good ideas, but my thoughts would be this, all right? I think that not only should all of the government contracts be public and available on a website, we should see the bidding going on. It should not be private bidding. We should see the companies involved, and we should see the bids that they're putting out for these big government contracts, including 15-year, $20 billion or whatever it is. In this case, hold on. What was it? I just said it, but I don't want to screw it up. 15-year, $2.4 billion contracts, right? Here's what I want. I want that all to be public. I want the companies who are bidding on the deals to make their bids public and what they're offering. And then I want the U.S. taxpayers to be able to rate those companies and how they feel they did when that contract comes up. Every single taxpayer should be able to go in after the contract is completed and go, here's what I think of this company now.
15 years later, who's going to remember to do that? I think we should do it American Idol style where we
most
vote.
of these contracts are not 15 years, so most of them are shorter, and it would be like more, this was done, year goes by, what do you think? Nobody's holding these people accountable. That's why all this stuff sucks in our world. All of these public funds go to pay for stuff like the street around the corner from me that's under construction. It will be under construction. It's only like 8 blocks. It will be under construction for probably 2 years. There is no need for that. There's just people like to have consistent jobs, and they want to drag these projects on and on and on and on and on and on. And we have cost plus contracts. We have contracts that nobody pays attention to. Nobody ever reviews these companies. I want all of us to have a say in that, and I think that would be a very, very good thing. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. Before we get to some of those dispatches, we've got a bunch of things to go over here. But one thing I wanted to talk about was the Epstein files thing and all of the run-up to that. There's now an investigation that is underway.
Are you sweating?
I am not going to be caught up in this. There's no photos of me with any nefarious characters.
I don't know. I'm getting some little whispers that perhaps Sean Wasson will be on the list there.
Call off your minions or whatever's going on here. I was never in a photograph with Jeffrey Epstein, but the story says that the U.S. Department of Justice released hundreds of files, nothing new or exciting, nothing really in there that was exciting. And now they're suggesting that there be an investigation of this whole thing. What does the FBI know that they're not telling us? And I assure you, put all of your trust in this, friend, because when that investigation comes out, it definitely would be all the things that you're dreaming of. You'll definitely get all of those admissions from the U.S. government. Please stop thinking it's going to happen, because it ain't going to happen. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Let's go over to, let's go to space. Oh, no. Let's go to Muffmouth with a dispatch. What do you got for us?
What's going down, junkies? So I don't really have anything to dispatch except for...
Okay, all right. Well, then I'll just stop you there. Don't send the dispatch.
For?
No, it's done. There's a lot of these people just firing off rapid-fire dispatches. It's too quick. I don't want long ones, and I don't want ones this short either. Master Bruce?
Man, I don't know what it is about that incoming dispatch at the beginning of the show, but it gets me every time. Never gets old.
Oh, you mean last-minute message? Yeah, last-minute message, not incoming dispatch. Don't rename our stuff, please, all right?
What are you getting mad at everybody for?
He's in a mood today.
I'm sick, man. I don't feel good. You got to have any pity for me?
Don't take it out on everybody else.
I'm not necessarily
it's
taking
hard
it
to have
out.
pity when you're yelling at everybody.
I'm not yelling at you guys. What have I yelled at either of
accused me
you?
of being close to Jared Fogle.
That's not yelling.
And you're yelling at this dispatcher who was just trying to do a sweet intro that wasn't
I
repeating
was not
his name.
yelling at you. I was not yelling at you. I said, as some of you may not know, Sabrina was
That's
close at one
defamation,
point.
and I will see you in court if you do it one more time.
You could see me in court because I said Sabrina was close at one point in time with Jared Fogle.
You also said other things.
Provable. You one time were close in proximity to Jared Fogle, and there's a photograph of this, which at the time was a really cool photograph to have. But it's like sometimes that happens, man. That's a brutal one. Like, especially if you post it up online and then it gets out there for the world, and then people are like, oh, why'd you take a picture with this guy?
Yeah,
like,
no. I mean, it was many years prior to the
way before
the big reveal. However, you know, I do think about it, where he probably looked at me like, God, if only you were 15 years younger.
Well, there was that trend what was the trend that you took part in on TikTok where it was like, who have you taken a photo with that it didn't turn out to be good in the long run or
It was
something like
it
that?
was an A-list celebrity. I'm like, A-list, more like P-list for pedophile. Here's me and Jared. It's great.
But he is like household name. I still think. I
In
think
a bad way. It's a bad household.
in a bad way. In a bad way. But at that time, like it was a big
Unfortunately
deal.
for Subway, the household name is not Jared. It's not necessarily Jared Fogle, although it's close.
No.
The household name is Jared from Subway.
All right, what do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and fire off your dispatch right now. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady on YouTube says, Sean told us in the first hour we were all beautiful. No one remembers that kind of stuff. Nobody. I don't get the credit for it. If I say you're beautiful and then I yell at somebody else, then who knows? I'm Not a Hippie has a dispatch talking about Sabrina. Let's see what they say.
Good afternoon, junkies. Hey. So, Sabrina.
Yeah.
I'm walking out of Authentic Bookstore right on Orange Avenue in Orlando. And one of the co-workers, I thought that was you for a minute.
Oh, we thought you worked there.
If you haven't been in that store, go in that store. It's a girl that looks just like you. Her name is Carissa. She's literally your twin. I was freaked out for a moment. But I know it wasn't you because I'm listening to you guys, of course. But
is it?
You have a twin walking around here.
Yeah, well, look, at iHeart, they've cut the budget so much that we have to pre-record each day's show like this.
Well,
and then
yeah.
we go do our jobs.
Absolutely.
We got like our rank and file positions that we do out there.
Fortunately
just
for
so-
AI, they can superimpose me here, but I'm working my
Yeah.
shift at the bookstore.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough time. Hey,
When
I'm
people
back
say
in-
that, like, please get a sneaky picture,
Mhm.
because it's like 90% of the time I don't look anything like that person. But it's
What
like
if somebody
they
came up
have
to you,
dark
though?
curly hair, and that's it.
But what if somebody came up to you and they said, hey, I know somebody who looks just like you. Do you mind if I take your picture to show them? Would you think that was weird or would you be okay
No,
with it?
I'd be fine with it, but then I'd be like,
think
let
I
me
would
see
be.
that person. And if they look nothing like me, I would say, you know what? When you show it to them, they're going to agree with me.
Yeah, give me that photo back. What the hell are you doing here? All right, we've got a lot to talk about today. Many, many things to get
name
to.
'em.
I don't want to. What are you, C-Lane? This guy doesn't have any stuff. All over again.
Stuff. This guy has no stuff.
Oh, there's a whole thing. All these things right here.
Look at me. We're doing
Yeah.
the same thing because I knew that's what you were going to do.
All these things. I got them right here.
Turns out I am the guy that doesn't have any stuff.
Hey,
C-Lane.
you better get moving. We got
got
This
a
Week in
segment,
Florida.
man.
Yeah, before too long here. But what was I going to say? Son of a bitch.
When we come back.
I'm back in iHeart. I'm back in iHeart because when I woke up, I looked, my Ford was up, and I go, hell yeah, Ford's doing well.
Is that what you call your
And then
penis?
iHeart was in the gutter, like down. And so I sold Ford and bought iHeart at what I thought was like a bargain basement price.
Yeah, so you're buying the food.
I don't know. I mean, it seemed like a good idea, right? Like you got one in the green, sell it to buy the one in the red.
All my stocks are in the red.
Maybe it's just bad out
Very
there in
bad,
general.
except for TTWO. Forgot what that was.
TTWO? You don't need to know now.
Oh, Take Two, interactive software.
What's that?
I don't know.
TTWO. What kind? Do they have software that I've used? Oh, that's a big company. My God. That's a $208 stock we're looking at right there.
Well, I have very little of that.
We are going to take a quick break, and we maybe someday we'll see Sabrina's twin. Who knows? We'll learn what's coming up on the next episode. We got This Week in Florida, And we got your comments, your dispatches rolling in real time here on the show. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we come to you live from downtown Tavares at Wooten Park for Plains Tunes and Barbecue. It's going to be a blast. Live music with Maggie Baugh and the Shaylin Band, seaplane contest, water ski shows, drone light display, and plenty of delicious barbecue. See you there at Wooten Park.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Emergency crews are closing all lanes on Florida's Turnpike, northbound and southbound between US 27 and County Road 561. There's a serious accident on Orange Blossom Trail affecting lanes between Holden Avenue and Cayley Street. And there's still stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
That mortgage guy, Don, you know he's part of the Real Radio family, and that means he's taking care of your family. A stand-up guy who's looking out for you. And when you're making big life decisions like refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, maybe starting a business, well, you got to work with someone who's looking out for you, your best interest in mind. And that's that mortgage guy, Don. Peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to thatmortgageguydawn.com. Get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.
At Galen College of Nursing, our now approach to nursing education means treating students as humans. We give you the care you're taught to give your patients to help you fulfill the potential you always had. Learn more about Galen's nursing programs at galencollege.edu.
Daytona Bike Week is back. February 28th, March 9th. There's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, free demo rides and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Round. It all culminates Saturday, March 8th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Facing an injury is tough, but choosing the right attorney shouldn't be. I'm Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney. With my zero-fee guarantee, you won't pay a single dime unless we get you money for your injuries. No hidden costs, no upfront fees, just dedicated, hardworking lawyers when you need them the most. Why wait? If you're injured on the go, visit justcallmo.com or give us a call at 1-800-CALL-MO. It's that easy.
To everyone who loves the taste of tradition, come enjoy a classic Wisconsin fish fry at Culver's.
I'm Genesis from Culver's in Claremont, Florida. And here, family fish fry is a part of who we are. We've been serving up fish fry favorites for over 40 years, all thanks to the Culver family roots and Wisconsin supper clubs, the place where the fish fry was perfected. If you're craving something crispy on the outside and flaky on the inside, you've got to try our hand-battered North Atlantic cod. It's perfectly seasoned and my personal favorite. Or, if you're in the mood for a little extra crunch, our lightly breaded butterfly jumbo shrimp hits the spot every time. Whatever you order, I promise it will be made with love by a team who cares, because we want every guest to feel like family. That's just how we do it in Wisconsin. Dive into delicious with all your fish fry favorites at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Have you heard about Goldbacks? They're a local gold currency that can be used right here in Florida. Goldbacks are real 24-karat gold that you can hold right in your hand. They look like cash, but they don't inflate like cash. And here's the best part. We're giving them away absolutely free. Residents can claim their free half Goldback by visiting freegoldback.com and getting it shipped right to your home. It's real gold, it's really free, and it's yours. Claim one today at freegoldback.com before they're gone.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
Spending gold at Florida businesses just got easier. Meet the Goldback, Florida's very own local currency made with pure 24-karat gold. It's like cash, but without the inflation. To celebrate the launch of this new currency, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents. It's your chance to experience spending real gold right here in Florida. Claim yours before they run out at freegoldback.com, and we'll ship it right to your Florida address absolutely free.
At Wells Fargo, we know what got you into your business. Whether it's manufacturing, running a restaurant, or your business from home. What you didn't get into your business for was banking. But luckily, Wells Fargo offers business checking, payments, and lending all in one place, in your neighborhood and on our app, so you can focus on doing what you love. Wells Fargo, you're good at business, we're good at business banking. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/business. Terms apply. Wells Fargo Bank and a member FDIC.
Hey Orlando, this is Jim Colbert with an important reminder. Impact Windows help protect your home against major storms like hurricanes. For over 20 years, FAS has been the trusted name in Orlando for Impact Windows. More than 13,000 homeowners have chosen FAS to protect their homes against hurricanes. And with FAS, you're choosing a father and son business that treats you like family, from consultation to installation. Choose Orlando's trusted leader in windows and doors by visiting faswd.com.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Why did the godfather of AI warn that the very thing he helped create now has a 10 to 20% chance of leading to human extinction in the next 3 decades? And what did he learn from losing his wife to cancer about how to approach the future of AI? I'm Oz Voloshin, host of Tech Stuff, and I'm so excited to share this memorable and intimate conversation with Nobel laureate Geoffrey Hinton. Listen to Tech Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Tech Stuff to start listening.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
We're hearing some things. I'll tell you what's going on in just a second here on the show. And you, I just want to tell you this, all right? You are welcome. Whatever your opinion is, wherever you're coming at the world from, whatever you think about what we're talking about, or if you want us to talk about something different, you can always join with the dispatch. Video or audio dispatch is accepted at thenewsjunkie.com or tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay, things are getting a little wild in the White House with Trump and the Zelenskyy dude, the leader of Ukraine. And I guess Trump started with some comments about how, he's not one to dress up in the suit. He's kind of like a Fetterman type guy. And Zelensky's always wearing like this, I don't know, like a shirt and pants kind of thing, but not like a dress suit. And they say he mentioned it here. I don't know if I can hear it. He said, "You're all dressed up." And then I think Zelenskyy says, "Yes, I had to."
Yes, I had to. Any clothes? How are you? Pretty sure. He's all dressed up today.
He's treating him like a kid. He's all dressed up today. Look at him here. Look at little Zelenskyy. Here he is. He's all dressed up. And then he gets inside, and I guess he kept talking about Zelensky's outfit. Like, he's all dressed up.
I do like your clothing, but
Yeah, really?
even though I think he's a great guy, by the way. But I don't know if you two like each other. But you know what? I think he's dressed. I think he's dressed.
I like this guy.
I think he's dressed.
What is going on?
Seriously.
Zelensky's like, I like this guy. I like, and I'm just going to give you some whispers now. From what I hear is happening behind closed doors in the Oval Office between these two. There's a lot of reporters saying Trump is now in quite a heated discussion with Zelenskyy in the Oval Office. Some of the quotes that they're pulling out here. Trump says, "You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. You don't have the cards right now. Also, you have to be more thankful. You don't have any of the cards. Your attitudes have to change." This from Trump to Zelenskyy, and that said angrily. There must be security guarantees, Zelenskyy says. "We will never accept just a ceasefire," says Zelenskyy. This from some of the reporters in the room. And VP Vance says it was disrespectful for Zelenskyy to come into the Oval Office litigating in front of the American media. "You're gambling with World War III, Trump says. Vance to Zelenskyy, that's the VP. "Have you said thank you once? You went to Pennsylvania to campaign for the opposition," he said. So it is like, it is
Awkward.
not going well in the White House and the Oval Office. These two here not doing very well. And Zelensky's in a tough spot. He needs Trump. He needs Trump big time. All Trump has to do is say, you know what, maybe we're done funding all of this stuff. Maybe we don't think you're thankful enough. And whether you think that's a good idea or a bad idea, it doesn't really matter. It means that it could very well happen. And Trump was already talking with Putin. I don't know where this is going to go. What do you think about all of this and the strategy? And will we see any kind of peace here? Because trust me, I don't care where you're at politically. We should all want peace in this situation. This is so many young men needlessly going into the meat grinder, just brutally dying in a war over inches of territory. And if we could get any peace out of this, for me, that would be a good thing. What do you think? Let us know with your dispatches. Send yours at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody thinks they've solved the Gene Hackman case. I don't know if I believe them.
And they went straight to tips at thenewsjunkie.com.
Yeah, that's where they went. They said, I've got it solved. Bring it to Sean, Sabrina, and Sealand and see what they say. And it says, okay, first-time dispatcher here. Technically, it's an email, but that's fine. I've got the Gene Hackman case figured out. Gene and his wife got into a fight. She killed a dog, and in the stress, she took a bunch of pills and committed suicide. And hence the modification, Gene Hackman, being 95 years old, was confused and stressed until he had a heart attack and died.
Wow, all at the same time.
I don't think that's right. I don't think that's accurate. We'll stick to the actual facts that we know because we've been diving into stuff on Gene Hackman here. And I do have more on that front. We read this search warrant previously on the show. You can go back to YouTube and see that if you didn't. We went through the actual documents instead of just the reporting on it. And now we have what the police removed from the house as a result of that search warrant they had. To revisit, they had a search warrant because Gene Hackman and his wife, the death is suspicious. It's just strange. There's something that's not quite adding up here. Maybe it was some sort of gas thing. Maybe it was natural causes. But it was suspicious enough for a warrant. And they searched the house. Here's what they removed. This is an inventory of the property that was taken pursuant to the warrant that they had. They took 2 green in color cell phones, says cellular devices here, 2 green in color cell phones. They took thyroid medication. Look this one up for me because I don't know this medication, and I'd be interested to see what it is.
It is a calcium channel blocker.
Is it diltiazem?
Diltiazem.
DILTIAZEM. That was a medication that they removed from the house. Tylenol. Then it says MyQuest records. What is MyQuest? Anybody know what that is?
MyQuest, I thought was the it's like medical records. It's,
it might. Yes, you're right. It's MyQuest Diagnostics. Yeah, that's what that is. It's MyQuest Diagnostics.
That's all they took?
Then they took a 2025 monthly planner, a calendar.
So the thing you didn't know, the calcium channel blocker It treats high blood pressure and chest pain.
All right.
Okay, what's the other one? Because I'm looking these up. That medication is either a small white pill or a blue time release, is what the images are showing. So, which one of those is the orange?
Diltiazem.
What do you mean? What was orange?
Remember, that's what they noted.
They said
was
the pill bottle
pills.
was orange. They said the pill bottle was orange.
Pills were orange.
No, I don't know if they mentioned the pill colors, but the other thing says thyroid medication, so it's just kind of generic. And then Tylenol and MyQuest records in a 2025 monthly planner. What did that planner say?
Die.
Did it say right in the middle of February, we die this week, and then now we arrived at that point? We don't know. A lot of speculation, and speculation can be fun, but we try to stick to the actual facts and the nuts and bolts. Another email coming in
we're
from
nut stickers.
Virgil, as they call us. And it says, hey, Sean, what is the restaurant and bar that you always talk about when you go to New Orleans? We're planning a trip next month and want to go by. Appreciate all the help. Oh, I wrote it. I did a thing. Damn it. thenewsjunkie.com/New Orleans. Is that right? Nope, that ain't it. Oh, damn.
NOLA, maybe?
NOLA? No, that ain't it. I'll have to find this because I wrote a thing of all the places that we tend to go to in New Orleans, since so many people end up asking that. And I put it up on the website. So I'll find this. Here's the redirects. Don't show this, Celine. All right?
Showing everybody all.
No.
We stick to the nuts and bolts, man. I'm showing people.
Hide this. Maybe I didn't make a redirect on it, and I'll have to do that now. But I did write this up, and I'll tell you shortly here. But in New Orleans, the place that all of us talk about, which all three of us, I think, have been to, is Turkey and the Wolf, which is kind of a famous New Orleans spot. And that's certainly one of them, but there's lots of places that we go to. Oh, I found it. Okay. Just search for The News Junkie New Orleans must-try spots, and you'll find it. It's got all of the places in a big list that we go to. The News Junkie New Orleans must-try spots should do it for you, and you'll find out exactly what that is. So thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate the email. You, too, can email the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When we return, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? A new teaser for Shrek 5 has been released, and people are screaming, "That'll not do, donkey." And surprising, shocking news to absolutely nobody, Fyre Fest 2 is looking more like Electric Scamaloo. Plus, anything related to the Beatles can sell at auction, but this latest piece is crummy. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell Angel is listening to tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at CoolToday.com.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast on this Friday. And for today, we're expecting plenty of sunshine and pleasant temperatures. We'll be expecting a high today of 77 degrees in Orlando. As we head throughout the rest of this weekend, we're staying sunny and dry, temperatures holding steady right around the mid-70s. A degree or two cooler for the weekend, but still very comfortable and pleasant overall. As we head to next week, temperatures make a run for the mid-80s by Wednesday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them. But they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Shoe Station is now open at Boyd Market. Experience shoe shopping like never before with all the brands you love like Brooks, Birkenstock, New Balance, and more. Don't miss Shoe Station's grand opening on Saturday, March 15th. Shoe Station, now open at Boyd Market.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 689-305-2853. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 689-305-2853. That's 689-305-2853.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331.
The countdown is on to our iHeart Podcast Awards.
Live at South by Southwest.
Creativity, knowledge, and passion will all be on full display.
Watch March 10th on iHeartRadio's YouTube and Facebook, and listen on iHeartRadio stations across America.
Lenovo is proud to be a part of the iHeart Podcast Awards at South by Southwest, where creativity and innovation collide. With the new Legion Go S, the first licensed handheld powered by SteamOS, your game goes anywhere. Visit Lenovo.com/Legion Go, empowering creators everywhere.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
and beyond. And to that person who asked about New Orleans spots and anybody else curious, since I've been there so many times over the years, you can check that out. I made a redirect since it's hard to find. thenewsjunkie.com/NOLA. thenewsjunkie.com/NOLA. You'll find all the places that I've talked about on the show. All right, friends, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Toma kalata potuta.
Nothing.
True.
Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey,
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. That's right. Right there in the title. He's going to help you with your mortgage. Maybe you're getting your first dream home, doing some debt consolidation, refinancing, starting a business because he does SBA and commercial loans as well, and everything in between. Work with an expert who's also your friend by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It was 42 years ago, 1983, at the end of its 11th season.
MASH.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it aired.
That's a miserable song, by the way.
I was like looking up the theme song. I'm like, this doesn't get a lot of people excited, but
you know what it's called?
Wasn't it a funny show?
The MASH, which did have funny parts.
The Monster Mash.
The theme song is called
Potatoes.
"Suicide is Painless."
Oh,
Okay.
Well, it kind of seems a little much.
Well, it was a painless special on this day, 2.5-hour finale, watched by how many million people?
Oh, it's huge. 50 mil?
Okay.
20 million.
Okay. 106 million people.
Damn.
A record 77% of the TV viewing audience. But I say that's mostly because what else was playing on TV?
Not a lot, no.
So happy anniversary, MASH finale. And there's probably a little less than 106 million people, but still in the thousands, extremely disappointed at this guy.
Oh, Justin Timberlake.
That is right, and old JT has canceled yet another show.
Ooh.
This is going to ruin the tour.
Oh, it really is. You thought the DUI was, but it's the flu. He canceled the show in Columbus, Ohio, due to the flu, and I guess this is the second one. I tried to find the footage because I had passed through it last night, and it was either the first show he canceled this week or the second one where everyone was already in the stadium.
Ooh, that's not a good move.
And they
right
had
there.
the CEO or GM get on the stage microphone. He's like, "Thank you so much for being here. Unfortunately, you're going to have to make your way to the exit right now, and I'm keep an eye on our social media. So thank you so much for being." Everyone was just like,
Why would you ever get on stage to do that? That is something you do on a microphone that nobody can see you.
Yeah, and by the way, you can do it on a microphone on the side stage and pretend like it's recorded.
Exactly.
So people don't know that they can boo you live.
But also,
ladies and gentlemen, just fake it, man.
Why would you cancel it last minute? You got the flu. I think you have a good idea that the flu's going to stay in the morning time.
Yeah,
No?
that sounds a little Elton Johnny.
I'm sorry?
Elton Johnny?
Yeah.
Elton John canceled a show.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
last
somebody
minute.
else.
Everybody was already in the
bought
stadium.
their beers and merch.
JT took to Instagram shortly before the doors were scheduled to open at Nationwide Arena. Spoiler alert, they did open. And some people didn't see the Instagram story. And he said, You guys, I'm heartbroken. I'm JT. I have to cancel the show tonight. I went into sound check battling the flu, and now it's gotten the best of me.
I forgot you're not a JT fan.
I don't really care for him now.
Wow.
I love NSYNC. I grew up on NSYNC.
Are you a Backstreet gal?
I'm both. But as far as just individual members, don't care for JT.
Damn.
I'm a Lance gal. I went into sound check battling. Kills me to disappoint you. And my
Big surprise.
Oh, because I'm gay?
Mm-hmm.
Good one. My team worked so hard to make this show happen, and it was just me that crapped all over it. So there you have it. His Forget Tomorrow World Tour, name change to just Forget It Happening Today.
Oh.
Alarms are being raised. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Didn't have the alarm sound effect in time. But Fyre Fest 2, baby. This is looking exactly like last time.
All right, what do we know? We know it's it's an island off the coast of Mexico, right? That's
Yes.
what we discussed.
Off of Cancun, Mexico.
We know from the next episode that the tickets are not cheap, even though you think maybe they would be trying to make up for the failure. They're not cheap.
They
What
did
else do we
go
know?
on sale, and the talent has not been announced. Billy McFarland did go on to, I think it was some show, some interview, where he's like, I can't say anything right now, but just know it's going to be big. And then, fortunately, the person who's interviewing him said, hey, you kind of did that last time. But what he said was, well, we have a professional festival team that's behind this. So there's no way that things are going to be dropped, balls being dropped.
Can you name the team, Mr. McFarland? I mean,
He did not.
There's a lot of very reputable.
But he said it was going to be epic.
Companies that throw festivals.
And he did a big tease for it.
This is expensive.
Yeah, what are the prices looking like?
General access pass, $1,400. Is that pretty expensive for a festival?
Yeah.
Okay, Fuego VIP
Unless it
is
includes a flight.
$5,000.
Click the
for VIP.
1,400, see what that includes.
$25,000 is like the artist. Okay, $1,400.
There's like a $1.1 million VIP that you can buy.
That's ridiculous.
For not knowing who's playing. Sorry, you clicked it and it's not going anywhere.
That's it. That's all I get.
I love that.
Yeah.
Here's a fun one for you. I'll start with a quote. "We have no knowledge of this event nor contract with any person or company about it," says the tourism director of the island in which they're supposed to be having Fyre Fest too.
I did find what you were talking about. It says access includes access to the festival grounds on Isla Mujeres and the water stage. And that's
you
it.
would hope a ticket would give you access to the festival.
That's it. And none, you don't get like hotel or anything like that. You don't get any travel. $1,400, right?
So yeah, someone right from the island is saying, for us, this is an event that does not exist. So please, if you know anyone who has bought a ticket already, I would love to talk to them.
The $5,000 pass only has access to the festival grounds, front row viewing of the water stage, and close viewing of the fight pit, whatever the hell that is.
Oh,
but
that's
still
well
doesn't.
worth $5,000.
Still no hotel and no air travel in that.
What about those weird sandwiches and?
God, you guys are right. Prometheus God of Fire package is $1.1 million, 24/7 private chauffeur service, and access to the marina and accommodations and whatnot.
Good luck, everybody. Good luck. We had the first teaser for the upcoming Shrek.
Yeah.
Number 5, Princess Fiona. And it's getting a bit of a strong reaction. I don't know if you could maybe pull these images up, but a lot of people are thrown by the new design of the characters. And I can't blame them for it, because why did we have to do this? So the new clip shows the title character joined by Fiona and Donkey. They look at various comedy images of Shrek inspired by online memes and a magic mirror. And then people start to react to it. Now, the exciting news that I think is being attempted by the production company to drown out the new ugly Shrek and Donkey is that Zendaya is going to play Fiona's daughter, Shrek and Fiona's daughter.
All right.
She's going to voice it, Zendaya. And the content drew no complaints, but the new design is causing a lot of controversy.
What do you think about this? It looks a little different. Yeah.
They don't look the same.
Yeah, it looks like they tried to upgrade it. Like they tried to go to more sophisticated animation, and it looks a little weird.
So they say that it's understandable the technology and art techniques may have changed in the last 15 years, but fans are saying, are you seeing this? What did they do to her? Side by side of Fiona and new Fiona. One fan recalled the past animation controversy where fans were unhappy with the initial design of Sonic, and then they campaigned and got that changed.
Yeah.
So they said, can we bully DreamWorks to change the Shrek 5 animation like we did the Paramount to change Sonic's animation?
Shrek doesn't look great. I don't like it necessarily. I think they might be right.
But why do that? Like, what's the point?
They could have stuck with the same kind of animation, but I think they're not going to do that. Yeah.
Shrek has had a style and look that hasn't changed since 2001. Now he's the Puss in Boots art style, and it's triggered everyone to fight or flight. So we'll see how that comes out. December 23rd is looking to be the release for the U.S. They also say in January, the miniature donkey who inspired Eddie Murphy's character did pass away. So this is a disservice.
Making waffles in heaven.
Little Sebastian.
They don't have waffle makers in heaven.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
But they do have babies, and that's my segue into a new...
That's even darker.
Babies that are being sent down to ladies' wombs.
Oh, all right.
And for some reason, I don't even see the outlet here. I'm going to throw out BuzzFeed because this seems right up their alley. And they're like, celebrities who have tons of kids. And it turns out Nick Cannon is not alone. Now, last time I checked, Nick Cannon had 13 kids.
He has a lot, but
didn't one of them pass?
Yeah, one of them did die.
Oh, that's why.
I thought that we had determined that Elon Musk actually has more kids than...
Elon has 13 as of this new lady who said that she had his child. And the list goes on. So they say Eddie Murphy, speaking of Donkey, has 10 kids. Alec Baldwin, Mick Jagger, Stellan Skarsgård, Marie Osmond, all have how many kids? Gentlemen.
8. I'm going with the Ocho.
Okay.
9.
8 is right.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro and Steven Spielberg, 7 children.
Damn.
James Vanderbeek, Madonna, Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, Shaquille O'Neal, Lauryn Hill, and Donald Faison?
Yeah.
Faison is Black Scrubs.
Yeah. He's the guy from Scrubs.
They have 6 kids. Tori Spelling, Rosie O'Donnell, Jim Gaffigan, and David Tennant. 5 kids, so.
See, you should have 5 kids at least.
I think you should too.
Yeah, like a little soccer team. At least. Maybe get to 10. That'd be crazy.
It's just watching the Baldwins recently is you can have that many kids.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so clear you should space them out.
It's a nightmare.
To have 5 kids under the age of 5 is insane.
I think I'm just going to guess here. I think it's like an instinctual thing that some people really want to keep having all these kids. I have zero interest
Is it because
in
you
that.
had one very early?
Maybe. I don't know. I never had the proclivity to like want a bunch of kids. I never had the drive to want a bunch of kids.
I know so many dudes that are like, I just want my fruit to be everywhere.
I don't feel that way. Maybe there's a level of selfishness where I go...
Fruit of my loins?
Especially now, I'm like, I don't want to be old, Dad.
Have you never heard that phrase?
Ugh.
I've never heard somebody say, I want my fruit everywhere.
Well, I mean, I've just left out the loins part.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God no one threw out George Harrison's toast part because that was just bought in auction.
All right.
Even a piece of George Harrison's toast from the 60s is now owned by somebody.
How did people know to save this stuff back in the day?
I don't know. And how do you prove that it was his toast?
You can't.
I have a big container of all your guys' stuff, so that
I've
if I
never
ever
had
need
toast
to
in
auction
front
off,
of you.
Well, you don't know. You don't know what's in my container. I
Back
got some
in
stuff.
1991, this piece of toast sold for...
Sounds like you're
almost
insulting somebody.
This
piece of toast.
It's ridiculous. What kind of toast? Almost $95,000.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
At the time, it was included with a love letter from John Lennon to his ex-wife, Cynthia.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a story behind the piece of toast. 15-year-old fan named Sue Hooten was visiting George's family home. She saw he left the crust of the toast on his plate, so she put it in her pocket.
Damn.
An entrepreneur.
Boss move.
She added to her scrapbook with the caption, Piece of George's Breakfast 2863. And he commented about the authenticity of the toast back in 92, saying, I ate all my toast. I never left any. And now someone has bought it for even more
He's
than that.
He's denying the existence of his leftover toast.
So there you have it, my friends. Make sure to save your celebrity toast.
Just buy it and eat it. Like
that'd be great.
Oh, it's not that. You'll have diarrhea. You'll have Beatles diarrhea. Without a doubt. That old of toast?
It's not healthy, but...
This could be...
Probably rock hard.
Watch your mouth. Exciting news for anyone who loves cruises and butt rock, because we've got a cruise headed to you, Summer of 99 and Beyond Festival. Creed and Nickelback, both headlining.
Would go
with a media pass. On the boob tube, we have The Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim.
Yes.
My precious. Saturday Night Live will have Shane Gillis. Streaming premiere of Strange Darling. The 97th annual Oscars, hosted by Conan O'Brien. And you have Family Guy, Yellow Jackets, and White Lotus. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Give it a follow, and most importantly, stay with me, pieces of toast.
Smoke weed every day.
A little heart attack there for a moment, but okay.
I think it's my new phrase.
Didn't know where you were going, but I do have the whole back and forth in the Oval Office.
Somebody in the chat said there was some yelling going on.
Yeah, I got it. Hopefully it's pretty explosive. So we'll do that. We got This Week in Florida is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The all-new and improved iHeartRadio app is now available with all new features. Download it for free and make Real Radio 104.1 your number one preset for a chance to win cool stuff at Real Radio events.
Emergency crews are clearing up an accident affecting northbound and southbound lanes. Those are blocked on Florida's Turnpike between Hancock Road and US 27. There's a serious accident affecting northbound and southbound lanes on Orange Blossom Trail between Holden Avenue and Cayley Street. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassy's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Hey, Daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier.
Get ready for the City of Tavares Plains, Tunes, and Barbecue tonight and tomorrow in Wooten Park, Tavares. Shop a variety of unique vendors and savor mouth-watering barbecue. Starting today at 4 p.m., enjoy live music by Maggie Baugh. Tomorrow, catch the seaplane contest, spectacular water ski shows, dazzling drone light display, and a special performance by Welshly Arms. Admission is free for Plains, Tunes, and Barbecue tonight and tomorrow. Info at tavaresfl.gov.
My name is Kyle Tequila, host of the shocking new true crime podcast, Crook County.
I got recruited into the mob when I was 17 years old.
People are dying. Is he doing this every night?
Kenny was a Chicago firefighter who lived a secret double life as a mafia hitman.
I had a wife and I had 2 children. Nobody knew anything. He was a crazy man.
He was my father, and I had no idea about any of this until now. Listen to Crook County on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Crook County to start listening.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today by calling 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Galen College of Nursing is opening a new campus in Orlando, bringing our now approach to nursing education to Central Florida. Our newest location will offer student-centric campus design and clinical technology, private study spaces, and the on-demand academic resources you need to help make your nursing education journey a success. We'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu/Orlando.
Florida just got its own local currency, the Florida Goldback, and you can get one for free. Goldbacks look like cash, but they're made of pure 24-karat gold, so they resist inflation and preserve your purchasing power. To celebrate the launch of this local currency, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents only while supplies last. Claim your free Florida Goldback before they're gone at freegoldback.com and get it delivered to your Florida address absolutely free.
International Diamond Center invites you to step into a world of elegance and luxury.
as we roll out the red carpet for the world's 2 largest bridal designers this weekend. Takori and Verragio are here with their entire collections. Exceptional handcrafted rings made with intricate detail and craftsmanship. See the entire collection from Takori. Exquisite handcrafted rings from true artisans in California. And here from New York, see all the latest from Verragio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Find the ring of your dreams and enjoy 3 years zero-interest financing. Plus, at this event, when you buy any Takori or Verragio ring, IDC will give you a $500 gift card. Buy the matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Don't miss this spectacular event featuring the most exclusive designers in bridal. And let IDC's experts help you match up the most perfect diamond for the ring you'll fall in love with. It's happening Friday through Sunday, exclusively at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Mall at Millennia, and Waterford Lakes. On Blue Credit.
Daytona Bike Week is back. February 28th, March 9th. There's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, free demo rides and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Round. It all culminates Saturday, March 8th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Double your money up to $4,000 at Sutherland Nissan Orlando and OrlandoNissan.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Radio. 104.1.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
Gulf of America on your map. You mean here in the studio? Here it didn't say Gulf of Mexico, so there never was a side taken in that war. So it's a little bit fuzzy on the map that's by me here in the studio. I don't know if that would land and make sense, but we'll see. I'll put it on the advisement list. We got This Week in Florida.
A little sticker up there that just says Gulf of America.
We got This Week in Florida with C-Lane coming up in just a moment here. We'll see all the crazy stuff that happened in Florida over the past week or so. And I know some interesting things went down, so we will get to that. And we got it all for you, baby. Punch by punch, hit by hit. We're going to go into the insane drama that just happened in the White House between Trump and J.D. Vance and the president of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelenskyy. It was wild. So do not miss that. That's coming up in just a bit. Right now, here we go. Oh, boy. You ready, C-Lane?
Every week.
Yeah, forgot to do this.
Are you ready, C-Lane? Here we go.
Ready, Sean.
Let's do This Week in Florida.
giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here. It's time to take a trip around the state.
I got you covered.
And see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. I know that a lot of people are worried about flying these days.
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina was very nervous about her trip to San Diego.
Yes. The entire time.
Everybody else, there's been a lot of plane incidents. So I offer somebody who's trying to be the hero here and tell me whether or not you think that you would enjoy flying with this person. A woman took it upon herself to bless 2 planes she recently traveled on.
Okay.
Well,
the decision
is doing it with all of them?
there's just the ones that she's traveling on.
Oh, got it.
If the other ones, it's up to the passengers of those respective planes, I would guess. The decision's getting mixed reviews from viewers of her viral video. Desiree Salter posted footage on TikTok of her blessing a JetBlue plane headed to Punta Cana and rubbing it with oil while boarding.
Are you allowed to do this? Because I have her doing this here.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to?
She's got a little bit of oil and she's rubbing it on the side of the plane. I don't think that hurts the plane.
No.
Yeah, but some random
substance.
substance.
It is kind of a weird flex. Like I would want to know, hey, what's in that bottle? It's
Wait, well, we're not even allowed to bring fluid on airplanes half the time. She's rubbing it all over the place.
That's one of her 100 milliliters, probably in a clear plastic quart-sized bag.
All right.
She took it upon herself to bless the 2 planes she traveled on. And the post caption reads, "In Jesus' name we pray, amen." She took some of the oil on her finger, made a sign of the cross next to the plane's open door. The video has gotten more than 6 million views.
Woo.
She posted a subsequent video saying she had no idea she would garner so many eyes to her video. She particularly wanted to answer the repeated question. She got the oil from her church. Her stepfather is a pastor, and he prayed over the oil and passed it out to the congregation, which begs the question for me. Why oil? I mean, the Catholics, we get water, holy water.
Yeah, but oil is also something. It's part of the baptism.
Yeah, she keeps some bottles of oil at her home and in her purse. She said, happen to have one right here before the trip. And, of course, with some of these planes that's been crashing and some weird stuff going on, I just wanted to pray for it and get everybody here safe. God kept us safe. God kept us covered, and the devil is a liar, she ended.
Okay. Some division over on YouTube. Tanya says, I'll take all the blessings I can get. Go for it, lady. And Nicole says, banner. So you take one path. Two paths there for you.
I posted this on See It Now because it's a visual, but I usually skip these stories because alligators on golf courses are a dime a dozen. But this guy, Billy Horschel, a man's man. This guy is used to being around gators. He grew up around gators.
He looks like an idiot here. What's he doing?
He's not. Look, he sees the gator. He said, you know what? I'm going to get this guy out of my way. We're just going to give him a little
But this is a gator talking to another gator. That's gator.
Oh, it works
right there. Thank goodness the officials are there. Billy escorting a former teammate.
He chased it down.
It's crazy. And also, I'm not used to seeing how fast gators can move. That's insane.
Oh, yeah.
You can't run away from those.
It was pretty wiggly. When he hit it, it was like, okay, I'll go a little bit. And then it went scoot crazy. It's not too big, no, but like it is trying to get away as best it can from him.
It says a native of Grant, Florida, he used a 60-degree wedge to poke at the small gator, even though his caddy told him to use the wood, forcing it to retreat into the water, drawing applause from patrons and praise from the announcers. He said he saw the gator crawling at a police officer trying to shoo it away unsuccessfully, so he stepped in. Said, I grew up with my dad grabbing their tail when they're on the side of the bank and shooing them back in the water. I never touched a tail with my hand, but I've done it with a club. Not that big a deal. Good for you, my man.
Damn.
Let's see. A late-night disturbance at a Stoner's Pizza.
What up?
And I kind of, just a little bit, think this guy didn't do that bad of a thing.
Okay. That's a dance.
We'll get into it, and I'll try to explain why. But it's not going to sound good at first, because it says, late-night disturbance escalated into a police chase and a prolonged struggle with a man accused of exposing himself to customers and leading to his arrest on indecent exposure charges.
So, C-Lane, where's the part where you think it's not a big deal?
We're going to dive in.
Mm-hmm. I'm very curious.
By the time officers arrived to Stoner's Pizza Joint, it says this man, where was he? By the time officers arrived, they were informed by witnesses and employees that a man identified as Claude Daniel, 35 of Lauderhill, had been yelling at staff members, refusing to leave, and repeatedly exposing himself.
He sounds like a bad guy, C-Lane, honestly.
He had moved to the parking lot where they said he observed him lowering his pants and exposing his sexual organs. Now, take that with a grain of salt.
I don't know how.
It says he pulled up his pants, attempted to flee eastbound through the plaza. They ordered him to stop, warning that a taser would be used. They finally got a hold of him, and they said he pulled down his pants and underwear, exposing his anal area to customers.
Oh, my God.
Okay, that's spreading cheeks.
Does that mean spreading cheeks, or it was just his butt?
Well,
I would say exposing buttocks.
You would not see it, to Sabrina's point, unless he took that extra step. You would just see the cheeks.
Unless he has a weird-ass butt.
He might have like a protruder, you know what I mean?
But I mean, if you just show your butt, that's not sexual organs, right? Can you get put on a list?
We've had this discussion
if you pull down your pants and show your butt to people?
They will call anything sexual organs these days. They'll call your butt sexual organs, but I truly think it would require a spread to knock it up to a charge. That's my rule.
Well, this doesn't say whether or not there was a spread. I don't know if this person thinks the whole butt is anal or just the the balloon knot. So until I find out,
the whole butt is anal.
Okay.
So anyway, crazy thing happened at a Smash Fitness in Bonita Springs. Somebody carjacked a van and smashed into it.
Hey.
I get it.
Maybe it should have been Park Safely Fitness. Am I right? Yeah. You guys with me? All right.
Spreading those cheeks.
Honestly, only barely at this point because you are about on your own here.
You're on your own.
All right, fine.
35-year-old man in Surfside was arrested after his behavior with a Chucky doll was disturbing enough that police said, "You're done. You're done here."
What did he do?
Surfing.
It wasn't. It wasn't sexual in nature.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Celine, what was he doing that you don't think it was sexual in nature?
Was his butt
It
involved?
wasn't sexual in nature. He was just scaring people with a doll. What's that, illegal?
By banging the doll?
It wasn't sexual in nature.
Why did he get arrested then?
I don't know. It said they charged him with disorderly conduct and breach of the peace. It says, according to the arrest report, Rit Arias was waving the doll of the fictional serial killer at People Thursday along Harding Avenue. They arrested him after he allegedly scared patrons of the local market there, and they had already given him a warning. Correctional deputies booked him, who has a long arrest record, and he faced a misdemeanor charge of disorderly conduct and breach of the peace. He was just being weird and scaring people with a Chucky doll. That's illegal.
Man, your friends are weird. You got a strange grouping of people.
Defending a lot of the
his
arrests
friend.
today.
I don't want to be anywhere near these people.
I'm not his friend. I don't want to be anywhere near him, but I don't think he should have been arrested. A man who claimed to be President Donald Trump's nephew tried to get into Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach to meet with the 47th leader of the United States. He made claims that indicated he could be a threat to himself or others, prompting police to take him to a mental health facility. His name and age redacted from the incident report. He walked to Mar-a-Lago after leaving his belongings right on Southern Boulevard Bridge at around 3:20 in the afternoon. Of course, the resort is under heavy protection from law enforcement, including the Secret Service and Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. Really, really tight security there. You can't just walk up and say, "I'm here to see Uncle Donald," and they'll go, yeah, walk right in.
For the record, Zach on YouTube says, Sean is right. It's the Spread Act of 1989. So that would be what impacts. That's the actual letter of the law.
Oh, that was regulation about butter.
I don't think so.
Anyway, that guy got committed.
All right.
Now, this one is a video that you're going to have to look up because
I'll bring it up.
You would typically think that if you saw a video of a grown man slapping a young girl in the face, you would go, that is detestful.
Yeah, I would, but judging by this week in Florida, I don't know if
this is Luigi Mangione America right now, okay?
Okay. The young girl's in the healthcare system?
No. The young girl was bullying his son, and so he just smacked her. And half the comments are like, was it wrong? Sure. Satisfying? Kind of.
Okay. Hold on. I think the audio should probably be left off here, right?
Yeah, some people say call the cops, but I didn't hear if there was any cursing. But in the video, you can see the father can be seen approaching a young girl while holding his son's hand. It's unclear exactly what he says to the girl. It has something to do with her bullying his son. When he finishes, the girl mockingly agrees with him, only to bend down.
I missed it. Damn it.
I want to play the audio, but I almost completely sure. Should I?
Yeah.
Oh.
I imagine there's curse
Ears
words.
peeled.
No, he can play whatever. You can't say that to my son. You can't say.
You can't say that.
You can't say that to my son, okay?
You can't say that about my son, he's saying to her. And then...
Oh, my God, dude. You can't smack someone else's kid like that.
He walloped. Was that really a smack? I'm going to go back. Was that really a smack? Because that seemed a bit punchy.
Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, my God.
I think it was open hand, but still.
Go to jail, dude.
It says it's unclear exactly what he says to the girl. Judging by the video's caption, it had something to do with her bullying his son. When he finishes, the girl mockingly agrees with him, only to bend down and what looks like spit on the little boy. I didn't get that from her bending down. But just as the father turns his back, he sees this, and instead of reacting with words, slaps the girl in the face.
Oh, my God.
Comments include stuff like, right thing to do? No. Satisfying? Yeah. And I'm not letting anybody bully my kids. IDGAF. The whole world can come for me. F that. The fact she thought it was okay to do this in front of his parents. The balls. Hopefully she learned a lesson that day. That's right. You can watch a man smack a young girl in the face and still,
hey, look, these girls look like they're being a bunch of assholes to this kid, and they're like mocking him, and they're proud to do it on camera. Yeah. And he didn't have a lot of options in the moment, so he went for punch her in the face, which is kind of a brave one, sir.
It's a move, and this guy, much like old Mangione, he's got some fans on the internet. Not as many.
Can I say something? It kind of makes you look like a pussy that you couldn't knock the little girl out. She's like 5 foot tall.
All right, so you want him to do more damage?
If you hit her in the hospital, for sure.
I'm not saying I want him to do that, but if you hit her and then she didn't even fall over. Like, if I punch a guy in the face and I'm trying to knock the person out, obviously. Well, didn't get it.
Sometimes you just try for the punch. Not every punch needs to be a knockout. You just need to send the message. I think this girl received the message. Mm-hmm. Now, that was a decent revenge story.
Okay.
But they get better, because the rest of this is just about revenge. 38-year-old man was arrested by Coral Springs police Tuesday. You see, he recently broke up with his girlfriend, and sometimes you do drastic things. And he goes, I'm going to show her. I'm going to take her nude pictures and send them to her kids.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
That's a no-go.
He was allegedly texting sexually explicit photos and video of his ex-girlfriend to her own children. Lafayette Lee of Pembroke Pines was charged with 2 counts of sexual cyber harassment and 1 count of transmitting material harmful to minors. He's being held on $40,000 bond at the Broward, Maine jail. And last but not least, friends, this woman, very mad at the old ex-boyfriend. Deputies say they responded to a vandalism call overnight along Gramercy Drive in Daytona about a young woman spray painting a vehicle. They found 18-year-old Evelina Fabianski and a 16-year-old girl, the latter of whom had yellow spray paint on her sweatpants. She admitted she was upset with her ex-boyfriend and decided to spray paint and throw eggs at his vehicle.
Hey, those cost a lot these days.
I know. So she made quite the sacrifice.
Oh,
Unfortunately, this vehicle is not the vehicle of her ex-boyfriend.
Damn!
She admitted she got the wrong damn car.
Oh.
She told deputies her ex-boyfriend owed her around $700, which spurred the act of vengeance, except she got it just a little bit wrong.
Lot of spray paint.
That's it for this week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane. Yeah, the whole car is covered in spray paint. My God. I'll put this up on See It Now right now. I'm grabbing the screenshot so we can put this up for you as it is a visual. When we come back, we got the Trump and J.D. Vance versus Zelenskyy stuff, and I'm excited for some fireworks here. It looks like it got a little wild, so let's give that some space, and we'll be back. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031, and we say it on the air. Sometimes.
We might even give you credit.
Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic starting to get by on Florida's Turnpike northbound near exit 285 off to the shoulder there. Southbound lanes are still blocked. There's a serious accident on Orange Blossom Trail affecting lanes between Holden Avenue and Cayley Street. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station.
Shoe Station is now open at Lake Andrew. Experience shoe shopping like never before with all the brands you love, like Brooks, Birkenstock, New Balance, and more. Don't miss Shoe Station's grand opening on Saturday, March 15th. Shoe Station, now open at Lake Andrew.
This little piggy wasn't affected by the market. This little piggy had protected funds. This little piggy locked in college costs. This little piggy had a 1-year plan. And all the little piggies went wee to college land.
Before you know it, those tiny feet will be off to college. Save the smartest way with a Florida 529 prepaid plan. Unlike a regular savings account, the funds are dedicated and guaranteed to cover tuition costs. So when they're ready to go, you are too. Prepaid plans start at $29 a month. Open enrollment is now.
Scott for Scots here. Your loan is meant for all things bonus. Bonus relaxing, bonus playing, bonus beauty. But when dollar weed and clover are popping up everywhere, it's time to start cutting them back with Scott's Turf Builder Bonuses. It kills dollar weed and clover and feeds your grass so it grows thick and strong to crowd out future weeds. Now that's worth some bonus points, eh?
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S today. It's guaranteed or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
At Galen College of Nursing, our now approach to nursing education means treating students as humans. We give you the care you're taught to give your patients, and we prepare you to practice with immersive experiences and on-demand resources to help you fulfill the potential you always had. Regardless of who you are, if you pursue nursing education at Galen, we'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
If you're tired of struggling to lose weight, Red Mountain Weight Loss has the solution. Discover the power of semaglutide and tirzepatide, the breakthrough GLP-1 medications that are transforming lives. You'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without feeling hungry or deprived. That's huge because it makes it easier for you to lose weight. And that's what we do. At Red Mountain, our doctors specialize in medical weight loss. We've helped people lose weight for over 30 years now, and we can help you too with quality GLP medications that cost less than half the price of Ozempic. Visit us in person, online, or skip the doctor visits altogether, and we'll ship the medication direct to your door. For a limited time, you can save $100 on any GLP-1 program and get our lowest prices of the year. Find your weight loss solution and lose up to 15 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
So cool, thank you.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure. But your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like 24/7 Beatles and iHeart 80s.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
We do appreciate it. It's a little, I want everybody to just stew on things for a little bit there. Just think about life.
Stew is not the same as heart palpitations.
We don't have to always have something going on in the show. We could chill. We could just like sit back, relax a little bit, kick up your feet.
I just promised the people on Colbert's show that they would be able to hear everything, and then you did that, and they probably went, C-Lane messed it up. C-Lane screwed the pooch.
And I went like this. I just put my hands out, and I'm like, what button can I press?
I was hitting all the buttons over here. Nothing was working, but we're good now. Let's talk about the back and forth that everybody is talking about all over social media. And this is like global stage stuff playing out, man.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
I never know what to say about this. Like, is this some sort of 7D chess? Is this just winging it? Is this Zelenskyy being a dick? Is this the Trump administration being a dick? I don't know. All I can say is let's check it out together. I'll pump up the volume on this because there was a big, giant fight in the Oval Office. There was a big, heated exchange.
So heated that they have now canceled the press conference that they were supposed to have together.
I've got all kinds of stuff in the fallout of this and things that they said in this room, but I want to hear it directly from them. So let's go. Here we go. This is the White House Oval Office.
After that, he broke this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about?
So he's talking to JD Vance, the vice president, and he's going like, Putin killed these people, he did this, there was no exchange of prisoners, and JD Vance did not take kindly to this.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come to the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring him into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you see what problems we have?
I have been to. I've actually watched and seen the stories.
So this is pretty combative, actually.
I have been to. Wait a second. I have not, but I've watched it.
Zelensky's going. Have you been to Ukraine? And JD Vance is going to answer that. This was. If Zelenskyy wanted to go and kind of stir things up, this was a dumb idea because you could do that with Trump, and Trump probably doesn't know a lot about the ins and outs of what's going on in Ukraine, and Trump isn't like necessarily the best debater or anything. He's kind of got the funny lines and that stuff, but JD Vance is a smart guy. I don't care if you like him or if you think he's got bad politics or whatever. He's a smart guy. So Zelenskyy seems to be sparring with him here, and now things are sort of spiraling.
I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems with bringing people in your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
Okay, I know this is a little unrelated, but they cannot get these boom mics closer to these guys.
It's the funniest. Like I sent you, I don't know what account I was following, but it's a closer look. And I'm so distracted, I can't even hear what they're arguing about because the boom mics are like giraffes that are learning how to hold up their necks for the first time.
There's 3 boom mics over the top of them, and they're all jostling for position over the. They're like, we got to get the words
and
here.
The audio is not even the first thing to hit the internet. It's whoever's phone is being used to film.
Oh, God.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. Sure. First of all, during the war, everybody has problems.
He said everybody has problems.
You have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
God bless. You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless. You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve
that
the
phrase.
problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good. We're going to feel very good and very strong. You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't.
I'm really offended by that feel comment.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Rough.
So he's like, he goes, you don't have the cards. You don't have the cards right now. And he's like, there aren't any cards. He's trying to argue back. Meanwhile, they're going to have a conversation after this behind closed doors, or they're supposed to. You know, this is the exchange back and forth with the media. And I only saw it where this started. Zelenskyy was talking. Maybe he was goaded into it or whatever, but he should be more careful than that because
I don't hear the guy saying much until he's getting talked over.
I think he's being combative too. I think they're all kind of going at it, and then Trump tried to jump in here and take control of it, which is what he's doing now. But if you're Zelenskyy, you're not in the power position. You need the United States of America to be on your side. I don't know why you would want to kind of, you should try to be keeping it cool, even if they're trying to increase the tension in the room. But let's see, maybe he goes another way with this.
Playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, you said thank you. You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
he's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Oh my God, man! I don't.
It's like
I never seen anything like this. Honestly, I never heard anything like this.
Yeah,
where they're sparring at each other.
It's been a repeated phrase since January 1st.
No, I'm saying in the Oval Office with people meeting like this, I don't think I've seen a fight. Usually this is very, very orchestrated for the media.
I think just usually there's not media in there for the fights. I'm sure there's been plenty of these.
This is the beginning part before they go talk. And afterwards, they're, how do they not talk about this? This is
a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks.
You haven't been alone. You haven't been alone. We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military. If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something.
Maybe less.
In 2 weeks, of course.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
He said it's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. As they're clashing here in the Oval Office.
Do you think the Secret Service agents inside that room were like, ooh?
What would the Secret Service do if like Zelenskyy shoved Trump or Trump shoved Zelenskyy? Would they do something, or would they?
I can't tell because it's hard to see the video from where I'm at. But is Trump touching him?
He's doing like a light, fingertips.
Like, take your hand and flatten it out, and he was like putting that on the side of his arm, putting a flat hand on the side of his arm, and kind of like pushing, like touching each other a little bit.
But he's been doing that. It's been a lot of touching.
Well, he does the handshake thing. I've never seen him fight with somebody like this.
No, and it's like everyone's just talking over each other. I'm sure it's hard to follow, even being in the room.
Well, let me see. I want some more of this.
Thank you.
I said a lot of times
except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on. I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long.
Who's everyone else on the couch?
You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire? I want a ceasefire. Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about a ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me. That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person.
Biden taking strays.
Yeah, that's in the, always the bingo card. It's like, how can you fit in Biden somehow, some way?
That wasn't with me. That was with Biden.
A guy named
person.
Biden.
Yeah, a guy named Biden who is not a smart person.
It was with Obama. It was your president. Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful. Because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
Wow. That was wild.
All right, guys, we're going to break for lunch.
So they said afterwards, they were asked if they would continue to negotiate after the heated exchange. President of the United States says, we'll see. I don't know, with a shake of his head. Trump to Zelenskyy said it's going to be very hard to do business like this. You heard that in the clip. He said, you're gambling with World War III. You got to be more thankful because you don't have the cards. They said a peace deal is in all of Ukraine's interests. And then the last thing that I had seen was after the White House meeting ended with a tense exchange between President Donald Trump and Volodymyr Zelenskyy, Trump told Zelenskyy, you either, quote, make a deal or we're out. You either make a deal or we're out. And the final statement from the White House was, we had a very meaningful meeting in the White House today. Okay. Much was learned that could never be understood without conversation under such fire and pressure. It's amazing what comes out through emotion. And I've determined that President Zelenskyy is not ready for peace if America is involved because he feels our involvement gives him a big advantage in negotiations. I don't want an advantage. I want peace. He disrespected the United States of America and its cherished Oval Office. He can come back when he's ready for peace, they said. So heated, obviously, a lot of tense moments there. And let us know what you think with your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com. That was interesting. I found it very interesting, honestly, because I don't know what if that was all show, what if that was, the reality of things happening. Sometimes it takes negotiations a lot longer because everything's happening behind closed doors. But there's no doubt that Zelenskyy was in the worst position there. He's on USA turf. He was invited here by the president. There was jabs back and forth beforehand. He was called a dictator by President Trump. And then when you get into the Oval Office, you got to think about how all this is going to play. But do you think that played well? Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, we'll hear from you. We'll get those coming in here shortly. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, jury duty is coming up next. We got some big stories to get into, including some kids in New Mexico who've been forced to live in underground caves.
No,
I'll explain. It's a thing. We'll go there. We'll explain that. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Try it with Angel. Try it with Angel.
What?
You know what?
So uncomfortable.
I want to let you know. I appreciate a lot of things that you do. I love you, man.
Yeah, you're the man, dude.
That's all you got.
I got goosebumps. I hate it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings, the official partner of the NBA.
The Magic got hit by a vintage performance by Steph Curry. The Warrior superstar hit 12 three-pointers and scored 56. Golden State beats the Magic. Curry overshadows Paulo Banchero's big night. He scored 41 in the loss. College hoops tomorrow. UCF plays on the road at TCU. Meanwhile, number 3 Florida has a big game tomorrow, hosting number 11 Texas A&M. I'm Matt McCoy.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Tired of making the same weight loss resolutions every year? It's time to break the cycle. Get started with Mochi Health. Meet one-on-one with a board-certified obesity medicine doctor from the comfort of your own home and see if a GLP-1 medication is right for you. If so, we'll have it delivered straight to your door.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to take time away from my children. With Mochi Health, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm just really happy that my kids get to grow up with a mom who can do things with them.
Start with our free quiz at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com. Take our free quiz today and use the code MCORadio to get $40 off your first month at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com.
Real patients were compensated to share their experiences. Results may vary. Eligible GLP-1 patients typically lose 1 to 2 pounds per week in their first 6 months with Mochi when combined with a healthy lifestyle.
Check out joinmochi.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter,
you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today by calling 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennium.
Have you heard about Florida's new local gold currency? Goldbacks are real 24-karat gold in a cash-like form. Today, we're joined by Jeff from Goldback to tell us more. Jeff, can you explain what Goldbacks are?
Absolutely. Goldbacks are physical currency made of 24-karat gold. Because the gold is inside the currency itself, it holds real value and naturally resists inflation.
So they're not just for collecting, you can actually spend them?
That's right. There are businesses right here in Florida that accept them as payment, just like cash. They're designed to keep wealth local, support independent businesses, and give you the freedom to use sound money.
That's amazing. And I heard you're giving these away for free. Is that true?
Yes. To celebrate the launch of the Florida Goldback, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents. All you have to do is visit freegoldback.com, verify your Florida address, and we'll ship it to your home. No fees, no gimmicks.
Real gold completely free. That's incredible. Florida, don't miss out. Visit freegoldback.com today to claim your free half Goldback before they're gone.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Brought to you by the Original Super Glue. Buy qualifying Original Super Glue products and save $10 per ticket. Offer available participating Tools Ace Hardware Store locations. Coming to Camping World Stadium this Saturday. Lock in your seats today.
To everyone who loves the taste of tradition, come enjoy a classic Wisconsin fish fry at Culver's.
I'm Genesis from Culver's in Claremont, Florida. And here, family fish fry is a part of who we are. We've been serving up fish fry favorites for over 40 years, all thanks to the Culver family roots and Wisconsin Supper Clubs, the place where the fish fry was perfected. If you're craving something crispy on the outside and flaky on the inside, you've got to try our hand-battered North Atlantic cod. It's perfectly seasoned and my personal favorite. Or, if you're in the mood for a little extra crunch, our lightly breaded butterfly jumbo shrimp hits the spot every time. Whatever you order, I promise it will be made with love by a team who cares, because we want every guest to feel like family. That's just how we do it in Wisconsin. Dive into delicious with all your fish fry favorites at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
We're back in the miller's yard, who now use True Green. Their lawn started looking like a golf course, and PGA Tour golfers made it their favorite stop.
Get a PGA Tour quality lawn for as little as $1 a day at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
home of the world-famous game of magnets. This is the...
More info coming in about Trump and Zelensky fighting back and forth in the Oval Office, which I've seen that is making some people kind of clench a little bit. Some people are like, oh, my God. I thought that was awesome. I thought that was absolutely awesome. Just watching the back and forth there. This is stuff
for juicy
that
drama awesome?
For juicy drama and just kind of in general. I mean, I kind of want a president who is going to be forceful about things. I want other world leaders to think like, oh my God, this could go in a different way. And so often we have these people who are like playing off of each other too much and we don't see any reality. I kind of feel like that was interesting. So often it's just like a
big chest puff.
Yeah, I like that though. Personally, I like it. I want to see a little chest puff every once in a while. I don't know if Zelensky played this right. Like, I don't know how it'll probably play well for him in Ukraine, which is what matters the most to him. And I will say, without a shadow of a doubt, Ukraine is the good guy here. Like, I wish Trump would yell at Putin like that.
Right.
I wish Trump and J.D. Vance would have the balls to yell at Putin like that. Get Putin in the White House and be like, yo, what's up with this? What's going on here? If you're going to do that to anybody, Zelensky is at least fighting on the side of true good, I think. You know, they were invaded by Russia. So that part I'm not a fan of necessarily, but I do like let's get real, man. Let's put stuff out there. Let's not everything be this orchestrated dance. We've done that for way too long.
I just think
he's gone.
I know that the opposition to that video, to that exchange would be because he got invaded by Russia. The dude's just been bullied nonstop.
Yeah, he's having a tough time, man.
And so it's hard to see him as the bad guy.
Yeah, because Putin sucks. Putin absolutely is the bad guy. He's terrible. And I want to see him. I want to see Trump and Vance do that same thing to Putin, 100%. But you can't just say, "Hey, we're going to keep doing this forever over a couple of clumps of land." And when we're talking about the battle that's been going on here, we literally have a lot of people who are dying in this miserable war. And so I don't know, maybe this makes something happen faster than it would have. But Zelensky,
it sounded like the screaming match started because he didn't say thank you as soon as he walked into the Oval Office.
I don't know that. You don't really know that. We just heard what we heard at the beginning. At the beginning of the clip, we heard Zelensky first talking to J.D. Vance, and he was angry. And then J.D. Vance responded. But Zelensky was obviously, at the beginning of the clip, responding to something Vance already said. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to do this. I have no idea. Nobody knows what the agenda was before this happened.
Vance wanted to do this because he's tired of sitting in that back corner with Elon standing and blocking him.
Do you think Elon's so mad he wasn't in the room?
I got one for you guys in a moment here, okay? But
Vance wanted his seat at the table, and he may have earned it today.
Zelensky left the White House. So I imagine he was not happy with what was going on
here. They didn't even
but
have the closed-door conversation.
Not that I'm aware of. It doesn't look like it. They said, come back when you want to talk about peace. A big Yoda the man said, yeah, save his country by giving it to Russia. You have no idea what you're talking about. We're talking about a long-running war between these two countries where some of the territory is now filled up with Russian people. And Crimea, for instance, is not a place that's going to, like, even if they're given the opportunity to vote, want to be back with Ukrainian control over them. It's you have no idea what you're getting at. This is a complex thing, but you need something to move the meters in one way or another. And I don't know what's going to do that, but this was certainly interesting. Check this out. Ready? It's a visual, but I'll explain. J.D. Vance next to Mark Rubio on the couch as this is going on. Mark Rubio.
That looks like a cartoon.
Mark Rubio's face is like, oh, guys.
He could not sink more into his own suit. He's like, maybe I'll just go back to Florida.
Okay, hang on. If J.D. Vance and Trump said beforehand, we're going to gang up on Zelensky and we're going to let him have it, guess who wasn't in the loop on that? Marco Rubio. No one brought Marco Rubio into the loop as to what was going to happen here. He was not aware. That is so awkward. All right, we're going to keep an eye on all that. Another quick update before jury duty. Pope Francis Apparently, Pope Francis's condition has worsened as of the last bit.
I thought it was on the up and up.
They said yesterday things were looking better, Sabrina, but now I guess not so much. And they said the Holy Father was promptly bronchoaspirated after there was a sudden worsening of his condition. And the Holy Father remained alert and oriented at all times, cooperating with the therapeutic maneuvers. Prognosis remains reserved. So, yeah, it was a turn for the worst is what they would call it. Who knows? Yesterday could have been that thing. There's a stunning, amazing thing that happens. And anybody who works in hospice will tell you about this. It's unbelievable. People, if they are going to pass, in the 24 hours before they pass, will have this rush
There's
of everything coming back.
What's the name of it? Because it was
I don't
covered
know.
on Grey's Anatomy.
Was it? It sounds like it would be. Whatever that is
steamy.
It's a real phenomenon, and maybe that was happening, or maybe he pulls through. I always hope that everybody does okay. So all eyes on Pope Francis there. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Speaking of the DeWitt Law Firm, somebody from the DeWitt Law Firm sent over a screenshot of a push notification. It says, this is kind of weird. Pope Francis had a bronchial spasm that resulted in him breathing in vomits. Do we need that detail? I don't know.
Oh, that means like liquid in his lungs.
Yeah, not good. That's always bad, especially when you got lung liquid issues. A little bit gross. So, DeWitt Law Firm. That's where I was. 800-CALL-MO, 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 or go to justcallmo.com. Let's see what we got here. A New Mexico home where 8 children lived with their 2 parents was described by state police as looking like, quote, a city trash landfill. But living conditions are only in addition to accusations that the parents physically and even sexually abused their young kids. They got 8 children, 8 of them, count them, 8 children. They said the kids were in caves 4 to 6 feet deep, and one of them had tunnels connected to it. There were mattresses and buckets of feces found in the caves and other areas of the property. They found rotting food, mountains of trash, broken appliances, just unbelievable circumstances that these folks were involved in. Throw these parents, in air quotes, throw them behind bars for life. For life. There was a 16-year-old in the house. She said that she and her siblings not only lived in caves, but they were forced by their parents to participate in sexual acts with each other in front of the adults.
Jesus, what?
The teen said she had been pregnant twice, once at 13 and second at her current age. So, parents, life, gone. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye to them. That is obviously a very, very shocking story that's developing now still.
I have this weird thing that I do in my head.
Yeah.
And I've done it now twice this week, but this one is the weirder one. Because where my dad used to, my dad didn't play a whole lot of songs on the guitar, but one of the ones he would play all the time was a Bob Dylan song, I believe called Buckets of Rain. And whenever you say buckets of blank, in my head, I go, buckets of this, buckets of this. And you just said buckets of feces, and I was like, buckets of feces, buckets of two.
Arguably one of the worst things that you could fill a bucket with. It's not good.
Challenge accepted.
Quick break. When we come back, we'll go in another direction entirely. The Office is making a return. And we talk about this a lot, but what's happening? Who from the original cast is going to be back in this? What's going on here? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number 1 preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Emergency crews are working on that accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Hancock Road and exit 285. Traffic is passing on the shoulder there. Southbound lanes have been cleared. Keep an eye out for an accident on Orange Blossom Trail at Michigan Street. There's an accident on Colonial Drive where it meets Woodbury Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Shipley Donuts, now open on South Cimarron Boulevard.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Right now at Verizon, you can get one line for less than you think. Just $50 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Bella's Dog Walker and Glam Squad every week. Get one line on unlimited welcome for $50 per month with autopay plus taxes and fees at your local Orlando Verizon store today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This.
You're in good hands. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. All you need to do to learn more about the show and to even join us, how about that? You can be on this show. Just send us a dispatch, a video or audio dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. I'm trying to look for, I know Sabrina just sent something over. I'm trying to find what the Ukrainian response was to those fireworks between Zelenskyy and Trump and J.D. Vance.
I'm not getting a lot. It seems like they're just posting the story. I'm not saying any opinion pieces.
The time difference kind of sucks, too. I think that throws a lot of things off, actually. But the White House says after the Zelenskyy-Trump fight, White House official claims Zelenskyy did not leave on his own and was kicked out, even though Ukrainian officials were begging to reset. That according to Fox. Don't know if that's 100% accurate or not, but that's just some of the stuff that we're hearing that's coming across after this. And it was something, man. But we'll capture more of what the response of all of this was here in a little bit if we can on the show.
Who's next on the schedule?
I don't know.
Do you think they're shaking in their boots? Their world leader boots?
That would be awkward to follow that. That would be very, very awkward to follow. Is this another story out of Ukraine? Zelenskyy and Trump, this is from Kyiv Post, Ukraine's global voice. The Zelenskyy and Trump Oval Office meeting erupts into argument on live TV. The two presidents clashed in a highly contentious press conference where Zelenskyy challenged Trump on several of his false or misleading statements. Progress on the security deal is unclear. Ooh. And I would say probably prognosis not great at the moment.
No, it's not.
But Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy had a heated exchange unlike any before during a press conference with the United States for a meeting with President Trump in the White House on Friday as the two met to discuss a pending bilateral security pact. Remember, this is from the Ukrainian perspective that they're writing this.
If you go down a little bit more, you could see more of the way that they worded after the quotes.
Okay. All right. Zelenskyy showed the American leader photos of some of the injured civilians and soldiers of Russia's full-scale invasion so far before they accepted questions from reporters. And the talks became more testy, this says. During war, everybody has problems, even you. But you have a nice ocean between you and Russia now, is what he was getting at there, Zelenskyy said. You don't feel it now, but you will feel it in the future, Zelenskyy replied. Thank God you do not have war. Trump interrupted Zelenskyy to say, you don't know that. You don't know that. Don't tell us what we're going to feel. That's what that moment was. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel. Trump repeated the false claims that the U.S. had paid over $350 billion in military support to Russia, they say, a fact disputed publicly during French President Emmanuel Macron's visit earlier this week. I mean, if the Ukrainian line is going to be that the U.S. hasn't paid a lot, you might say that other countries have paid more in a percentage of their GDP or something. We've paid a lot of money to Ukraine. Now, whether that money is well spent, I would argue, yes, it is, because I want to keep Russia in check. I'm not a Russia fan. I'm not a Putin fan.
I thought that the real, not real story, but I thought in practice we didn't pay them money. We gave them $350 billion worth of equipment.
Yeah, we gave them equipment. We didn't give them just cash. We gave them equipment and all sorts of other stuff.
Military support.
Yeah, military support and all sorts of things to help them, because otherwise they probably would have got stomped pretty quickly here. That's just true. Trump repeatedly told reporters he was squarely, quote, in the middle of negotiations, not on the side of either Ukraine or Russia in the ongoing war that the world knows unequivocally was started by Putin, they said, which that is true. I back that up. He continued to say he is aligned with no one before backtracking and saying he's aligned with the world. So there we go.
With the world.
That's some early response from the Ukrainians about that.
Also, the transcript, if you scroll down a little bit more, there's in italics is a quote from Zelenskyy, and then the back and forth, which is Trump, really? Maybe they did. Maybe they gave much less. Zelenskyy, no. Trump, much less. Zelenskyy, no. Trump, ... less. Zelenskyy, no.
I want that part of the video.
Okay, waves hand.
Yeah, and then Trump just waved him off. Okay, fine.
A little less.
That's like a yes, huh? Nuh-uh. Yes, huh? Nuh-uh.
The two leaders met after weeks of discussions regarding a potential agreement that would see Ukraine's mineral resources exchanged for continued American military support. I got a feeling like that wasn't signed. I mean, I don't know, but it didn't look like that got accomplished there. Just some fireworks.
Woo!
We'll get to your thoughts and what you thought about that in a moment. But I want to talk about something totally different. The Office is making a comeback here.
I don't know if I like this.
Do you not like it? Do you not think it's actually going to happen? How do you feel?
I don't think that it's going to happen right. I don't think they're going to do justice by The Office.
Is it the same writers?
Could
Producers?
be. Yeah, is Steve Carell on board?
Hang on, I've just hopped over a paywall here from Vulture. I've just hopped over. Steve Carell, I don't think is going to be involved, but somebody from The Office is involved. We'll tell you that in a moment.
Headline.
This says, how is this connected to The Office? The tenuous connection to the original beloved sitcom is that the show is shot by the documentary crew that followed the Scranton Dunder Mifflin team. It's also created by the original Office creator Greg Daniels, with Nathan For You's Michael Coman. I love Nathan For You, so that's a positive in my world. Daniels clarified to The Wrap that he does not consider this new take to be a reboot. He said it was sort of like The Mandalorian fitting into the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
But who's in it? Or is it, I mean, it's just the documentary crew that you don't see until the one guy gets fired?
Yeah. There's one.
There's one, yeah. Rather than documenting the life of everyday office workers, the new show will focus on publishers attempting to revive a dying historic Midwestern newspaper. So it's at a newspaper where this is going to happen. Any original Office cast members coming back? Oscar Nunez, Oscar Martinez in the office.
I call all my friends faggy.
At the end of The Office, he was going to be running for senator of Pennsylvania. So that's going to be kind of
about that. I've been rewatching it.
And it's going to be on Peacock. It was picked up on Peacock on May 8th. There have been no confirmed dates for production or release yet. Hold out hope the new spinoff will be like the old one in one major way, 24 episode seasons. That would be cool.
But they say spinoff because it's the same documentary crew. I mean, you could say that for that new medical mockumentary, Saint Dennis, which I think is very funny.
But what makes something a spinoff? Could Greg Daniels just being a part of it make it a spinoff?
No, I just think
Oscar being in it.
The fact, Oscar being in it, I think the fact that how they describe the Mandalorian thing, where it's in the extended universe of The Office.
Sean doesn't like the meta universe.
No, I don't like.
It's not a metaverse.
I don't like the metaverse. I don't like where they could just do whatever they want in this world, and it doesn't have any impact on.
Oh my
any
gosh,
of the
it's
other
Black
storylines.
Michael.
Yeah, I don't want them to be able to alter things and do fake stories they don't have to be held to the fire if anything goes wrong. I like there to be a consistent story across one universe personally, but I love The Office and I love other things that they did. Like I love Parks and Rec. First 5 seasons of Parks and Rec. I probably put up with the first 5 seasons of The Office. I love those shows. So. Like anything else, I'm just hoping that this would be great.
Now,
I would be excited.
Weren't they supposed to do The Office across the pond somewhere? Like that was announced.
They've done a couple of them.
That it was supposed to be like an all-female.
The British one?
Not British. British was the original one.
Yeah.
But I thought that was like somewhere in Australia. It was supposed to be The Office, but it was going to be a female Michael Scott, and everyone.
Well, they've done The Office. Let's see if I can find this. They've done it all over the world. The Office.
I have it.
Do you?
Yeah, there's many of them.
Isn't like the Brazilian one or the Indian one supposed to be very funny? Like just ridiculous.
Which ones do you have, Celine?
So I have The Office in Australia, which Sabrina mentioned.
That's the new one. I think that is the one where there's women involved and like it's all women.
The original in the United Kingdom, which has where they had Warnham Hogg instead of Dunder Mifflin. Then there was the U.S. one. There's a German language one called Stromberg. There's a Portuguese one. There's a French one called Le Bureau, or a French Canadian one called La Job.
That's my favorite. La Job.
There's a Spanish language one from Chile called La Office. There's a Hebrew one, Hamizrad. All of these mostly just mean The Office. There's a Swedish Office, a Czech Office, Finnish, Hindi, and Polish.
So the reboot one that we were just talking about is going to be called The Paper instead of The Office, according to this, because it was just linked in that same list you're looking at there. And it will star Domhnall Gleeson. I'm not familiar with him. He, I'm sure, is in some stuff that's great. And Sabrina Impacciatore, who is, you know her from The White Lotus. She was on The White Lotus. She's an Italian actress.
Oh,
she was one of the prostitutes.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of those 2 girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girls who were like prostitutes
they
who
were fun.
With the Sopranos guy. And she is going to be in this series called The Paper.
Everyone's named Sabrina now. How cool.
That is the whole reboot of all of this. I'm interested. I hope it's going to be a hit. I hope that works out for him. We'll see what you think. Let's go to your dispatches and see what's happening in your world. Here is Dark Nabum talking about the Zelenskyy White House visits. Hello? Uh-oh. Are you talking?
That's not what I'd call a negotiation. That was our president embarrassing the country by berating the president of another autonomous country. Negotiations are when you say, I'll offer this, and the other person counters with that. That wasn't a negotiation we just saw.
No, I don't think it was a negotiation. I wouldn't argue that. I would just argue that I didn't think it was as embarrassing as you did. I thought it was super interesting, and I think that has more of a chance to impact where all of these negotiations go than anything that has happened prior to this.
I don't know where the negotiations will go after that. The guy left.
you're going to have somebody go, here's the big question. Is Zelenskyy going to get on a plane and go back to Ukraine? Or is he going to go, let's try to reboot that and let's go back and let's do a private meeting with no cameras around? Or who knows, a beer summit at the White House? I don't know. Anything could happen. But I think that has changed the course of this. I don't know that
a beer summit is going to happen. Trump doesn't drink.
Yeah, that's true. He's not a drinker. He's a teetotaler. Not into it. Here's Steve talking about Zelenskyy.
Hey, News Junkie and crew.
Hey, Steve.
That Trump-Zelenskyy conversation was great, man. I could sit there and listen to that all day.
Who'd you vote for?
Also, I was wondering, what's your take on, you guys run the commercial on the Florida Goldbacks.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Currency,
What's
man.
the deal with that? I figured I'd go to someone who will most likely know. Thanks, guys. Keep up the good work.
Damn, Steve. You're going to... All right. I've had a lot of people ask this. I don't know what you're talking about. During the breaks, the commercials play, but I haven't even heard this, even though I've seen multiple people dispatch about some kind of Goldbacks thing. I don't know what that is. So
yeah, we love our advertisers and our opinions and things we talk about on the show, or whatever the disclaimer says.
Does this play a lot? Have you guys heard it? Because I've
heard it a couple times, but I've also heard a commercial along those lines, and I've seen it on TV.
What is a Goldback?
It's Florida's new currency, Sean.
All right, we got our own currency?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Oh, all right, I see a bunch of videos on this. Florida Goldbacks.
We're about to get a text.
Humanity's most advanced gold? How could it be more advanced than any other gold?
Because the people who dug it up consented to digging it up.
It's just gold. Humanity's most advanced gold currency. I'm taking a look at it. It's got some pretty fantastic designs on it. Why can't we go back to the gold? I'll have to look this up, sir. I literally have not heard it, but I will check it during the break and see what's going on see if it's an interesting thing. I will, I promise. I am a man of my word. And we'll get into that shortly here on the show, I promise. One more dispatch before we take a break. Here's Mo Manji talking about that lady that was blessing the flights. They've been dropping out of the sky, and she was blessing them with oil.
Hey, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. So I have a question in regards to the lady who blessed the plane with, her oils or whatever. So what if my God doesn't agree with her God? Then what happens to the plane? Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, that's why you have to cover your bases. If I want somebody from every religion praying over my plane as it takes off. So if one of them's right, good to go. I don't care. I don't care who's on the plane with me as long as we're covering all our bases. What?
We have to have every religion bless it. I mean, I thought we were just relying on the planes working and the
apparently we can't rely on that. If we can't rely on that, what else are we going to do? This is a why not for me. If somebody's going to pray over the plane before we fly, I have no problem with that. I don't want you putting stuff on the plane necessarily. I don't like that on the outside.
That seems like something that if this catches on and becomes a trend, that they're going to start going, no. Just get in the plane, get on board. Stop rubbing the doors with stuff.
That seems bad. I don't like that. But I do appreciate anybody who wants to pray over a flight that I'm going to go on, because if you're right, we're both good. That sounds nice. All right, what do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch, video or audio dispatch, a lot more with Zelenskyy in mind, which we'll get to before the end of the show if we can. But yours can be amongst them. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your dispatch right now. A man in a courtroom. He was hearing the verdict in his case, and he was not excited.
I saw this clip.
This guy was not excited. What happened? We'll find out together. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Emergency crews are working on that accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Hancock Road and exit 285. Traffic is passing on the shoulder there. Southbound lanes have been cleared. Keep an eye out for an accident on Orange Blossom Trail at Michigan Street. There's an accident on Colonial Drive where it meets Woodbury Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Are you curious about getting a reverse mortgage? Well, that mortgage guy, Don, can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. If you want to find out how it works, that mortgage guy, Don, will get you some numbers and explain the details. And then you decide if it makes sense for you. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver, especially for people over 62 on a fixed income. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you can trust. Get a quote with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Have you heard about Florida's new local gold currency? Goldbacks are real 24-karat gold in a cash-like form. Today, we're joined by Jeff from Goldback to tell us more. Jeff, can you explain what Goldbacks are?
Absolutely. Goldbacks are physical currency made of 24-karat gold. Because the gold is inside the currency itself, it holds real value and naturally resists inflation.
So they're not just for collecting, you can actually spend them?
That's right. There are businesses right here in Florida that accept them as payment, just like cash. They're designed to keep wealth local, support independent businesses, and give you the freedom to use sound money.
That's amazing. And I heard you're giving these away for free. Is that true?
Yes. To celebrate the launch of the Florida Goldback, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents. All you have to do is visit freegoldback.com, verify your Florida address, and we'll ship it to your home. No fees, no gimmicks.
Real gold completely free. That's incredible. Florida, don't miss out. Visit freegoldback.com today to claim your free half Goldback before they're gone.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today by calling 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
If you're tired of struggling to lose weight, Red Mountain Weight Loss has the solution. Discover the power of semaglutide and tirzepatide, the breakthrough GLP-1 medications that are transforming lives. You lose up to 15 pounds a month without feeling hungry or deprived. That's huge because it makes it easier for you to lose weight. And that's what we do. At Red Mountain, our doctors specialize in medical weight loss. We've helped people lose weight for over 30 years now. And we can help you too with quality GLP medications that cost less than half the price of Ozempic. Visit us in person, online, or skip the doctor visits altogether, and we'll ship the medication direct to your door. For a limited time, you can save $100 on any GLP-1 program and get our lowest prices of the year. Find your weight loss solution and lose up to 15 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Have you heard about Florida's new local gold currency? Goldbacks are real 24-karat gold in a cash-like form. Today, we're joined by Jeff from Goldback to tell us more. Jeff, can you explain what Goldbacks are?
Absolutely. Goldbacks are physical currency made of 24-karat gold. Because the gold is inside the currency itself, it holds real value and naturally resists inflation.
So they're not just for collecting, you can actually spend them?
That's right. There are businesses right here in Florida that accept them as payment, just like cash. They're designed to keep wealth local, support independent businesses, and give you the freedom to use sound money.
That's amazing. And I heard you're giving these away for free. Is that true?
Yes. To celebrate the launch of the Florida Goldback, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents. All you have to do is visit freegoldback.com, verify your Florida address, and we'll ship it to your home. No fees, no gimmicks.
Real gold completely free. That's incredible. Florida, don't miss out. Visit freegoldback.com today to claim your free half Goldback before they're gone.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets.
Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Visit MorganMonsterJam.com for your $20 ticket. Visit website for restrictions and details. You don't want to miss it. You have to see it live, so lock in your seats today. Coming to Camping World Stadium this Saturday. Tickets on sale now.
It's time to let your hair down, gear up, and experience massive horsepower and freedom from riding your brand new Harley Davidson. Trade in your not-so-new bike for a brand new one. Visit Space Coast Harley for Bike Week events, including 1 to 2 bands daily, bikini competition, the Harley Davidson dealer truck on location, February 28th through March 2nd, demo ride at 2025, and too much to list. Stop by or check out the calendar at SpaceCoastHarley.com.
Why did the godfather of AI warn that the very thing he helped create now has a 10 to 20% chance of leading to human extinction in the next 3 decades? And what did he learn from losing his wife to cancer about how to approach the future of AI? I'm Oz Voloshin, host of Tech Stuff, and I'm so excited to share this memorable and intimate conversation with Nobel laureate Geoffrey Hinton. Listen to Tech Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Tech Stuff to start listening.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Ruckett fall.
Vance battle in the Oval Office. Some interesting updates, but I did really like this comment. Hang on, I got to go back to it here in chat. It's coming in fast. Oh, damn it. It was somebody talking about, Joe on YouTube. Joe on YouTube says, I own a business. I will fall on the floor laughing if one of my customers tries to pay with some of that crap. He's talking about the Florida Gold Nuggets or whatever they are that are on. The Florida Goldbacks. I don't know much about these, so I asked ChatGPT, and I don't know if ChatGPT is woke or like right wing. I don't think I've heard many accusations like that about ChatGPT lately. So we'll just take what we have here. Florida Goldbacks are a form of voluntary goldback currency introduced in Florida on January 15, 2025, that Joe said he's laughing out of his door. Each goldback note contains a precise amount of gold, with denominations ranging from half to 100 goldbacks. The smallest denomination, the half goldback, contains 1/2000th of an ounce of gold.
Ooh.
They're valued at about $2.61 as of its launch. It seems like a real life cryptocurrency. That's what the vibe I get off of this, because
But we've done this before, yeah.
it's like a new currency, but it's backed by some level of gold value in it. These notes are designed for small transactions, making gold practical for everyday use. Arguments in favor of Florida Goldbacks. Inflation hedge. As a physical currency backed by gold, Goldbacks offer a tangible asset that can protect wealth from inflationary pressures. Enhanced security. Goldbacks incorporated advanced anti-counterfeiting measures, including unique serial numbers and intricate designs, making them difficult to counterfeit.
Like the one I just sent you, which is a sexy lady pirate.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of weird designs of these. They are not... Like, this looks like somebody had a Fiverr account and just said, let's design a hot lady pirate on the Florida Goldback. Negotiable instrument, it says on it. Is the Florida government behind this? Like, is DeSantis and stuff behind this?
I don't. I doubt it.
Look up Florida Goldbacks DeSantis, just so I can see if there's any sort of official thing. I don't want to get anything wrong on this. Regulatory or tax implications. Transactions involving goldbacks may be subject to sales tax or other regulatory considerations depending on state laws. And that's one of the arguments against price volatility and limited acceptance. I think that's the biggest one. Who's accepting this stuff?
So I'm on the Goldback website, FAQs. And one of the questions is, are Goldbacks legal? And they say yes, the Goldbacks is a gold product. The Goldback also may serve as a currency within certain jurisdictions where authorized by law, or as possibly barter tool elsewhere. So they're planning for the end of the world.
Yeah, but
for example, Goldbacks.
Big question, though, is when you say, is a Goldback legal? That is very different, Sabrina, than is a Goldback legal tender.
Well, here's the thing. Goldbacks are legal tender in Utah. Special, well, they say specie. SPECIE.
All right.
Did they forget the L?
I hope not.
So, specie legal tender in Utah. There have been thousands of other local currencies in the United States, and there are nearly 100 active ones today. There are also
but
thousands.
if you own Sabrina's store, you do not have to take this.
No, I don't think so.
You like if somebody comes in and they go, I've got my little Goldback here.
Specie.
Money in the form of coins rather than notes.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Well, but this is notes.
Yeah,
these are actually notes.
I'm just reading the dictionary, man.
I'm not coming at you. I hear you. I hear what's going on.
Come at Oxford.
All right, let's get to a couple of updates and see what's going on with the whole Vladimir Zelenskyy White House confrontation with Trump. And, of course, Vance was in there as well.
It is kind of confusing a little bit that Zelenskyy and Putin's first names are so similar.
Mm-hmm.
I always whenever I hear one, I always think it's the other.
If you missed this, it got heated in the Oval Office with the cameras right there and all the boom mics fighting. And here's some of how that played out.
The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy.
Tough guy.
I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing.
That's what we're doing.
All right, I think we've seen enough.
All right, there we go. They said, I think we've seen enough, and they wrapped up things there. Hang on, let me make sure that I got that volume increase off. And Zelenskyy posted on X/Twitter afterwards. He said, "Thank you, America. Thank you for your support. Thank you for this visit." It was a short one, though. "Thank you at POTUS, Congress, and the American people. Ukraine needs just and lasting peace, and we are working for exactly that," says Vladimir Zelenskyy on the way out. President Trump and Zelenskyy went to separate rooms after their heated Oval Office exchange, with Ukrainians wanting the talks to continue. I don't know why the White House didn't just continue then. That would have been way more interesting.
You got heated. Fest.
I know, but those are the best times to talk after. Those are the absolute best times. That's when you can really kind of connect over things. It's like getting into a fight with somebody and then talking afterwards.
Yeah, but you need some time to breathe.
The White House, however, made it clear it was time for them to go. Trump ordered the Ukrainians be told to leave, according to a White House official. Somebody commenting on this saying this was a pre-planned Putin ambush of Zelenskyy. Totally disgraceful after the work Zelenskyy has done fighting for his country's freedom, trying to humiliate Zelenskyy, she says, this person. And finally, what else did I have on this? Oh, White House officials tells Fox Trump kicked out Zelenskyy. He did not walk off on his own. The rare minerals deal was not signed. The White House says Ukrainians were begging to reset, but Rubio and Waltz informed them Zelenskyy needs to leave and return when he's ready for peace. The president and U.S. officials felt disrespected.
But ready for peace sounds
Rubio
like
fix his face.
Yeah, Rubio wasn't looking too tough during the back and forth.
He's like, I have one job here, and it's
I'm tough.
Tell him to leave.
I swear I'm tough.
When they say like when he's ready for peace, it just sounds like they just want him to say thank you in a better way.
Maybe
because that's what was been repeated out loud.
The problem here is we're at an impasse. Putin may make some sort of deal for peace, but he's not going to do it without any territory gains. Ukraine doesn't want Russia to get any territory gains because Russia illegally invaded their country. I understand where Ukraine is coming from. I do not understand where Russia is coming from. They're absolutely in the wrong. But if you don't make a deal with these two people, millions of people continue to die. Like, it just is an absolute slaughter fest with people dying. something has to shake things up. You might not like the way Zelenskyy was treated here, but it seems like he tried to start off with a bunch of like photos of dead Ukrainian soldiers and stuff to turn it into his own kind of propaganda moment, and then it got turned around on him. When I went to upper press to ask what was going on, the lunch that Trump and Zelenskyy were supposed to dine on, and talks over sitting in the hallway, I'm told the White House press office staffers will be eating the lunch. So the press gets to eat the lunch that was supposed to be for Zelenskyy and crew at the White House. They didn't actually eat anything. Unbelievable. Whoa, wild stuff. You got thoughts on this, and we'll get to those. Send them in. Join us on the show with a video or audio dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay, let's get to this guy. He was sentenced for killing a man at a Gwinnett gas station. I think that's in Georgia, Gwinnett, Georgia, I believe. And he was given life in prison. I have the actual verdict coming in. We might have to fast forward here a little bit.
Hewley.
There he is.
Mark, can you?
Josiah Hewley.
Can't see him.
He's kind of already staring at his attorney, the woman next to him here. This lady is his attorney.
Mr. Hewley, count 1, felony murder. I sentence you to life without the possibility of parole. Count 2.
Isn't it all possible that he's looking at something else? It just really looks like he's looking at the attorney.
It is, and I don't know what else he could be looking at.
It kind of looked like he was looking over here somewhere at
Violation of
first.
street gang terror.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I wonder where the judge is because it's just zoomed in on his attorney. But then you could see as it continues, it seems more evident that he's staring at the attorney because she looks up and then kind of moves away.
He got life in prison.
Terrorism and Prevention Act. I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 1. Count 3, violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 2.
She keeps looking at him.
Count 10.
And we're moving away.
Hijacking motor.
Might just scoot my way on over here. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why he's mad at her. He's the one who's been found guilty of murder here. It's not just her fault. But
maybe she didn't do a good job.
Maybe. I don't know the trial good enough, but the defendant got life in prison for that one.
Oh, you know who they sentenced today? The lady who had the suicide pact with her husband.
Oh, really? What'd they give that lady?
Let me
Should have given her a medal.
No, she got about a year in jail, 12 years probation, and 8 hours a month of community service for as long as she's able to.
That sounds fair.
Yeah, because she's old.
Yeah, that sounds fair to me. And I think that you had to do something there because she did do something very disturbing to all the staff of the hospital.
Probation.
Yeah, she's pretty old already. She was supposed to take her own life when she killed her husband, which it was a pact that allegedly they had together because he was dying. And it obviously is very bad for everybody else that had to be subjected to that. But, you know, I would hate for...
The husband should have had a video like... Hey, this is what we agreed to.
That might have been a good idea, just to back things up. You can't let people do that, but in the same vein, I think it was kind of a beautiful thing. So what you get, a year, you said? A year?
A year in jail.
That doesn't sound too bad.
12 years probation.
Okay, go to jail for a year, Sean.
I don't want to go to jail for a year, but if they had to give her something...
That wasn't 95.
Not yet.
We'll call back.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will
totally
get to
forgot. I did find that picture of you and Jeff Epstein.
No, we're not doing this. I'll be fair. I'll be fair here because there's some other things coming in. Here we go.
Oh, great.
This is from a man kicking, a photo dispatch. This is not a great Photoshop man kicking. It's not me and Diddy.
Exhibit A.
Oh, my gosh. They photoshopped Diddy over Amy Kauffeld's head.
Oh, that's just mean.
I think.
How could you do that? We're not. That doesn't pass for me with Diddy.
Look at the one I just sent you.
All Day Yuckers.
A lot more realistic.
Sent me in the studio with Drake and Matt Gaetz. I also assure you this is not real. Let me see. Hold on. This is another one.
This one is absolutely real.
This is not. Why is my head so big?
Why do you have boobs?
Nice breasts.
I kind of like it in a weird way.
Okay.
It's I don't want to be next to Jeffrey Epstein in a weird world, but I kind of like this.
He looks
if
like
I had
cheek smooshing you.
Me as a giant head on a female body is an interesting look. I think.
Yeah.
Just imagine that character wandering around the real world, just hanging out. That's something.
Or like that weird James Bond N64.
Yeah, it's a little disturbing to look at, but there's something going on there.
Maybe you should have thought about it before hanging with Jeff Epstein.
I didn't hang out with Jeff Epstein, okay? When we come back, we're going to hear from you, your final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today we're going to wrap everything up for a Friday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we come to you live from downtown Tavares at Wooten Park for Plains Tunes and Barbecue. It's going to be a blast. Live music with Maggie Baugh and the Shaylin Band, seaplane contest, water ski shows, drone light display, and plenty of delicious barbecue. See you there at Wooten Park.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting a really pleasant day. Temperatures will be a degree or two below normal, but still very nice. Plenty of sunshine, a high of around 77 degrees today in Orlando. As we head into the weekend, temperatures will hold steady right around the mid-70s for both Saturday and Sunday. Plenty of sunshine. A weak cold front pushes through late Saturday night and into early Sunday, but we look to stay on the dry side even through much of next week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rocket. If you feel like owning a home is out of reach, Rocket is here to give you back the keys because they believe everyone deserves a shot at the American dream. Own the dream. Visit rocket.com or call 800-4ROCKET. Again, that's rocket.com or call 800-4ROCKET.
Over 100 million people around the world have felt the thrill of Broadway's most spectacular musical, Disney's The Lion King. And now you can too. Experience this breathtaking theatrical event and see why the New York Times declares there is simply nothing else like it.
Don't miss The Lion King, returning to Dr. Phillips Center April 23rd through May 18th. Visit drphillipscenter.org to get your tickets now.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors from classic glaze to the Oreo cookie top treats, crafted with quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering is available. Visit Shipley Donuts, now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
My name is Kyle Tequila, host of the shocking new true crime podcast, Crook County.
I got recruited into the mob when I was 17 years old.
People are dying. Is he doing this every night?
Kenny was a Chicago firefighter who lived a secret double life as a mafia hitman.
I had a wife and I had 2 children. Nobody knew anything. He was a crazy man.
He was my father, and I had no idea about any of this until now. Listen to Crook County on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Crook County to start listening.
Enjoying the News Junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
All right, 1 month down, 11 to go. How is your vision for 2025? Look, if you're still dealing with glasses or contacts, now is the time for a change. LASIK gives you crisp, clear sight every day. No hassles, no restrictions. Start the year off right with the Filatowski Eye Institute and schedule a free LASIK consultation today. It's easy. Just text 1041 to 868686 and get on the path to clearer vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute.
When it comes to restoring cars, Diego's got skills. And with Total Wireless in his corner, the whole world sees them. With the dual camera system on his new iPhone 13, he can take amazing car photos and post them on the fly with super fast 5G, and even turn this part-time hobby into a full-time gig. His claim to fame? Claiming iPhone 13 with 5G on us. Get iPhone 13 with 5G on us when you switch to the Total 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan. Total Wireless, in your corner.
For a limited time while supplies last. Valid in store only. Requires port in and ID verification. Restrictions apply.
Tired of making the same weight loss resolutions every year? It's time to break the cycle. Get started with Mochi Health. Meet one-on-one with a board-certified obesity medicine doctor from the comfort of your own home and see if a GLP-1 medication is right for you. If so, we'll have it delivered straight to your door.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to take time away from my children. With Mochi Health, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm just really happy that my kids get to grow up with a mom who can do things with them.
Start with our free quiz at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com. Take our free quiz today and use the code 2025radio to get $40 off your first month. Begin your journey with Mochi Health at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com.
Real patients were compensated to share their experiences. Results may vary. Eligible GLP-1 patients typically lose 1 to 2 pounds per week in their first 6 months with Mochi when combined with a healthy lifestyle.
Check out joinmochi.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
Have you found your new favorite feature on the iHeartRadio app yet?
Presets and lyrics. This is so good.
I've been telling all my friends. Wait, you guys aren't using this yet?
You're missing out. Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
Rapid radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
The countdown is on to our iHeart Podcast Awards.
Live at South by Southwest.
Creativity, knowledge, and passion will all be on full display.
Watch March 10th on iHeartRadio's YouTube and Facebook, and listen on iHeartRadio stations across America.
And the iHeart Podcast Award goes to...
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Explore the best selection of audiobooks, plus podcasts and originals, all in one easy app. Audible, there's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is...
Hey, today we're going to wrap everything up for a Friday, sending you into the weekend, and thank you for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. You can join the show with those final dispatches. Also, right after the show, the latest secret show will go up if you want to dive into the world of uncensored secret shows. As a matter of fact, boom, I just made it live right there over on thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to check that out, go to thenewsjunkie.com and explore the world of secret shows. Okay, what do we have here? Let's see. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Daryl emails, and he says, please tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Okay.
I can't upload any dispatches for the last 6 months. The ones that do upload, you don't play, even though they're absolutely clear, and I don't even know if they actually uploaded because they won't show up in my profile. So I don't know if you blocked my IP address or something, he said. Tell me what I'm doing to make you mad. The email I signed up with is this. Here you go, says Daryl. No, that just means, unfortunately, if you have a bunch of dispatches that are coming in and they're not great or they're not landing, then you get a frowny face over here. If your dispatches are good, you get a star.
Now, are you positive you're not mad at Daryl?
I'm not mad at Daryl. I don't know who Daryl is or anything about him.
You sent me that email last week that was like, hey, this is Daryl. Block his IP, please.
So mad at him.
Think that. I don't know what's going on with you, Daryl, but I would encourage you to do this. If you're coming in frowny face, meaning you'd had some pretty bad dispatches.
Do you know if he is?
I don't know, but it's probably the case. If they're not popping up, we still see them. Like in the back end, I see the dispatches coming in, even if you got a frowny face. But what this means is you got to catch our attention with something. What did you guys think about the Diddy photo dispatch?
It was fun.
It was good.
Should it unfrowny face him? Because that's what he sent in. He sent in the photo dispatch of Diddy.
No, keep him phony, please.
Damn, bro.
Just kidding, Daryl. Yeah, unfrowny face.
Unfrown
I don't
him.
know. Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, unfrown him for now. You're unfrowned for now. That makes you pop up like everybody else does, and other people could see your dispatches. But it just means it was low quality, and you got to step things up. All right. If you are coming in frowny
a lot
face,
of pressure for the new dispatcher, Sean.
give an interesting title to your audio dispatch so that I go, let me take a look. And then if it's good, you can come out of the woods, but it's hard to do. Okay, we got a guy in California who was shot and killed while trying to stop somebody from stealing his catalytic converter, because people are still stealing those, I guess. Very dangerous out there. And we'll get to everything else in the stories that did make the cut. Right now, we got some heated people. People are very passionate. Let's do the final dispatches on the way out.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only
Who is going to make the cut here?
Not Daryl.
Not Daryl. Sorry. He's not going to make the cut. This is Musical Matt. He's going to be one of the two. It says, these kids can't read.
Happy Friday, Saturday, Sunday, junkies. Sabrina, it's so nice to have you back.
Oh, thanks.
Not that Josh didn't do a great job. I was listening to the story about the girl who's suing because she can't read and she graduated.
Yeah.
I am a special needs teacher, and I deal with that on a daily basis of kids not understanding basic phonics. And I know there are big issues with our public school system, but one of the biggest issues that teachers are facing when it comes to the lack of reading knowledge is during COVID, when all the kids stayed home, the parents didn't have them read or write or do any of that stuff. And so now those kids are in 3rd and 4th grade where the testing matters, and even the average kids are having a hard time with basic phonics. So
that's a troublesome thing, man. But I see what you're saying. There was a lot of parents that came up short. It's on the parents, too. You can't just say that the only things my kids are going to learn is from school. You can't say that the teacher is going to be fully responsibility for the education of my child. How much do you care? You should care more than that. You should care to make sure that your kid can read and write. That's a super important thing. That is going to have to be the last one, unfortunately.
Aw, Daryl.
Sorry. Even though a lot of people are yelling. They're yelling that that Putin is actually a good guy. They're yelling,
Okay.
what?
That's
Yeah.
something.
We don't have time, unfortunately. All the stories made the cut, too. Let's get
Good
the hell
job,
out of here.
stories.
Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, February 28th, 2025.
See you next month.
Today, oh, yeah. Oh, man, we're already in March. That is
sick.
That's kind of crazy. Today I learned this band right here.
Queen. Pink Floyd.
That's
Damn
right.
it.
Pink Floyd is correct.
Icebox.
This song, kind of famous for that children's choir in the background, and another brick in the wall is what you might call it. The people in the children's choir who sang on this track, their payment was a concert ticket, an album, and a single. They
For
gave
a
their
band they
school,
probably don't care about?
Yeah, they gave their school $1,000. Only 25 years later, after the copyright law changed and the choir members were tracked down, did they receive any loyalties at all. Today I learned there's a woman named Susan Bennett who spent 4 hours a day, every day, for the month of July in 2005, recording nonsensical phrases and sentences, and she had no idea why she was doing this for a paycheck. In 2011, a friend who had purchased the newly released iPhone 4S emailed her and said, hey, you are the voice of Siri. And that's what all the work was that she had done 6 years before. Today I learned this guy right here.
Elvis.
Elvis is correct. Elvis Presley. You know his first and last name. He had 2 legal spellings of his middle name. His birth certificate says Elvis Aaron Presley, A-R-O-N. When the singer decided to change that to Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, he found that there were some other documents with the state that already had A-A-R-O-N. So he had both legal documents with 2 different spellings of his middle name. And Elvis was angered by this till the end, they say. Today I learned Jai-Alai is one of 3 sports that you cannot play if you're left-handed. Jai-Alai, polo, and field hockey. Those are the only sports that you cannot play If you're left-handed, it's just not possible. Sorry, lefties, all our lefties out there. Sorry that happened to you. And finally, today, learn this group right here.
Incubus.
Incubus is correct. Before becoming the bassist of rock band Incubus, Ben Kenny was the guitarist of The Roots. That's where he started out. And they said he was a very, very good guitarist, skilled, and they thought he might make a great replacement for somebody else who was previously in the band called Dirk Lance. And now they're making beautiful music together. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back on Monday, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Find the podcast